fucking might is the crazy thing, bro.
Yeah, she might.
So it's just an obsession of people, if you will. But it really has like broke contain, and I think with this and another movie that we're not going to talk about, sorry to the horror fans, the 5 of you that listen to this podcast, Backrooms, written and directed by young people, starring young people, which have since made buku bucks at the
And first-time directors
at the box office. All that to say, guys, we're so fucking back. We've never been
The
more back.
movies are really fucking back.
Movies are really fucking back. It's been a very, very, very solid year at the box office so far, and we're only in June. It's incredible. We are
not just
absolutely
superhero
back.
movies, not just legacy sequels, not just Christopher Nolan. We're just fucking back. All movies are back on the table. We're making money out here.
Thanks in no small part. I think millennials are still going to movies and have been going to movies regularly. What they were talking about of nobody goes to movies anymore was later Gen X and
people with kids
and boomers
to a kids movie.
Do not go to movies. What we've seen, Gen Z and to an extent, I guess even Gen Alpha are now like movies are just cool again. It's cool to go do things with your friends in person, and movies are one of those affordable things, quote unquote. And so, Gen Z
have to discuss that
theater.
part. Like, I think maybe they're having a little too much fun at times. But we can talk about theater etiquette, the state of it later on.
That's a whole other like podcast thing. I have a story about seeing Toy Story 5 that it was the most upsetting thing that I've seen in a movie theater. I couldn't believe that this parent was letting their child get away with it. But anyway, the obsession. Well, let's just talk about the movie because we've now talked about what everybody else is talking about online around it, which is now how people talk about movies is how much money they've made. Regardless, we do that, but we'll also talk about the merits of the movie, I think. I should probably read you the synopsis for the 3 people that haven't seen the movie. After breaking the mysterious one-wish willow, to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price. Like I mentioned, stars Indy Navarrete, Cooper Tomlinson, who was sort of that guy's comedy partner. They're kind of like a Key and Peele sort of duo, comedy duo that have now been in each other's stuff. But Michael Johnson plays the main character. And also, I should shout out Megan Lawless is one of the main characters. And Andy Richter is in this movie for some reason. But written and directed by Curry Barker. We saw this movie like 3 months ago now. Who wants to talk about it first? I'm going to eat a salad.
I'll go. I had a great time with Obsession. Kind of the way they kind of bring you into the story, and it's a horror movie, but it kind of starts out like a love story. You kind of have this lovesick guy who clearly has these feelings for this girl who's prettier than he is or better looking than he is, and like he won't say it, and it's kind of like a fever dream. I think that's a really smart way to set the movie up because we're going to such an extreme place that to put him in that situation where they have their last interaction before he gets the one wish willow, and you can kind of tell that she knows that he's into him, but you don't know whether she reciprocates that. So against your better judgment of just looking at these 2 people, you're like, well, maybe she's into it. They're friends, and maybe she would go for it. You don't know anything else about her situation. You don't know what she's got going on, and then you kind of start from there. And then you have where they finally meet when he breaks the one wish willow, and obviously she starts to act different kind of immediately. And kind of the way they draw you into the story, I just think is really smart. The way they set up scares once she gets under the spell is really smart. The stuff they're doing with the camera shots and where she's in the corners of the bed and the way that we're kind of going through this journey with him and he's scared, but then at some point he gets the information that it's actually not the person that you want to have a crush on you is not the person controlling things. She's basically a prisoner in her own body, and then what he does after that. I just think it's a really cool way to tell a story. It's a simple story that anyone can really understand, and I just thought it's well acted. It's very well directed. It's funny. Like I saw people saying, like, I can't believe y'all were laughing. Like, I can't believe, like, there are. This guy's a comedian, first of all. Like, there are jokes in this movie.
It's very funny.
It's a really funny movie. It's scary. It's funny. It's dramatic at times. It's kind of perfect. Like, I had a really, really great time with it. I would give it an A. I can't wait to see what this guy gives us next. It's kind of like what do you call that? Barbarian, where you have a very serious, very scary movie, and all of a sudden there's like a big joke hit in the middle of the movie, and all of a sudden it's daytime and you're cruising in the car with Justin Long, and now he's like singing, and all of a sudden there's room for jokes in here. I like that we could have some, comedy in our horror, and none of these genres are binding anymore. And I just like the fact that you're kind of playing with drama. It's part love story, part rom-com, part horror film. I just think that whole mash together really worked for me. Really gruesome stuff, really harrowing moments. There was a moment where they're at a party, and of course, she's being weird as shit, and she goes and stands behind the best friend who has a crush on her now boyfriend, and it literally seems like she's just going to murder her right then and there, and she just kind of slides her chair back slowly. There's so many moments in the movie that I'm just like, wow, this guy really knew what he was making. This cast really understood what they were trying to make, and I just had a fucking great time with it. I've only seen it once. I can't wait to see it again. I'd give it an A. I'm really into Obsession, and I thought about it so much after leaving the theater. This is months ago now, and I just cannot wait to see it again when it's on digital, or when it's streaming, I should say. I'm definitely going to run this back. This is a banger of a movie. I gave it an A.
This is a long recurring bit on this podcast that Dex cites frequently that I will do now. A man who has only watched one movie, has only watched Boss Baby, relates this to other movies. Man, that was a lot like the Boss Baby. But you are right in saying that, like, this has Zach Kreger written all over it.
Yeah, it really does.
Or to a lesser extent, I think Jordan Peele, because and you can see the Blumhouse connection there as well too. But it is comedians who know how to hit a joke in the middle of like very tense moments. And Curry Barker, I think, is almost weirder than those guys are. And I think, but I think he's able to land during some really like hard to watch shit. And yeah, so he's really good at sort of letting you do the Julia Louis-Dreyfus meme of ha ha ha, what the fuck is happening? Like that thing is going on in this entire movie. And in fact, I was laughing a lot, and I think it's like one other dude in the theater was laughing along with me, and I'm like, that's my guy. I need to find that guy after the movie, because he got it.
I want to shake your hand.
Yeah. But I will agree, Teach. It's like these guys, there is a pipeline now of guys, not only YouTube guys or whatever, or like sketch comedy guys that are like, I have some bigger ideas about larger things. But to get that movie made, you just put it in a horror movie now. And that happens.
That's literally what we're doing because of how successful horror movies are. Oh, just put it in a horror movie. And it's like, yeah, now we get to go.
But not to say that this isn't a horror movie. It is, to me, much more of a horror movie than something like, quite frankly, Get Out is. And it is more classically a horror movie than Get Out. Get Out's a better film, but this is like, has shades of that. And I was really impressed by it. Dex, sorry.
Yeah, you're all good. I would also say, like,
what was your grade, Royden?
Oh, I mean, I was going to go into more in full. It's an A+ for me. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it is like Dex and I talked about it in the group message afterwards. It is not the scariest thing that I've ever seen, obviously, but it is one of the films that I left being like, I don't feel good. Like I feel sick, and I feel like nervous,
And it sat with me for a long time when I was in the parking lot being like, why do I feel like this? I don't feel good about what happened. Like, and I had a good time watching the movie, but I did not feel great. And so it's a weird thing that Curry Barker did with this that I'm so impressed with. So yeah. Is it Barker or is it Baker?
I think it's Barker.
I think it's Barker.
Yeah, it's Barker. But yeah, I'm so impressed with how just well crafted this was on a very micro, quote unquote, micro budget. And yeah, it's just cool to see. And the performance by Indy Navarrete is I mean, she should be nominated for an Oscar. It's the best performance that I've seen.
I didn't say enough about that. I think that she is phenomenal. It's not an easy. She's got so many things that she has to do, and I just think that she absolutely bodied it. It's a star-making performance. I'm glad that she's arrived in our lives. I thought she was fucking phenomenal in this film.
Yeah, she was incredible. Like, you don't want to keep looking at her because she's so fucking weird, but you can't take your eyes off her in this movie. Like, I swear, every single time that she was just like standing there menacingly, it's like, I love her, but like, stop looking at me.
Stop looking at me, bro. Like, it's a
Blink,
really
move.
Really inspired casting because he has to do the thing to set her up as like it's inversing the manic pixie dream girl thing that we've seen and grew up with, and especially that I think that Barker and people around he's like 27, like people around our age have grown up with the rom-com manic pixie dream girl, Zoe Deschanel type girl. And she's very pretty, but she's not like, I don't know how to put this without sounding crass, but she's not like unobtainable. And I think that's like part of the charm. But I mean, she's very pretty, but she's very kind when the movie starts out.
That's the only reason the first part of the movie works. You have to think like, I don't know if she likes him, but it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Right.
Like,
they seem like they could. They seem like they could be a couple. This guy isn't like a slob or anything. He's kind of like greasy, maybe a little disheveled and weird, but he's not like
he has no swag. He has no confidence at all. But you're like, oh, I could maybe she's into him.
We've seen it in rom-com, but it inverts that. So
yeah. I was gonna say, like, you mentioned how this is like more of a horror movie than Get Out, and like how just uncomfortable it is. I feel like so much of Gen Z's humor is just making people uncomfortable, and like that's the funny part. That like you just turn it just a little bit and it becomes horror. Like there's so many like TikTok sketches and shit that you see that's just like, oh, this is a really creepy person who's like very annoying and very like weird, and I'm uncomfortable. And that's just what they do in this movie. They're just like making it a little more dramatic, and it worked for me every time. Like every single little thing that they do to just show you that Nikki's just a little more crazy now than she was before. Like had me going when they have her like just stand in the middle of the room like after Bear leaves. She just shitting herself.
Bro, when they have the meeting in the break room, when he finally tells the best friend kind of what's going on, and she's like in the background for seemingly like 10 minutes just staring at like that shit is the creepiest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, she literally has not averted her gaze. She might not have even blinked. And I was like, I feel like she's staring at me. Like, I feel so fucking awkward, bro.
The worst. I'll tell you this, to interrupt again. The worst is the Uncanny Valley. And he talked about this, how he's sort of obsessed with the Uncanny Valley of it all. And they gave her the Uncanny Valley makeup, and she's just standing in the corner watching him sleep, but she looks a little different. And it's like it's like how you would wake up and see something that your eyes haven't adjusted yet, but it's her, and like her face is different. And you're like, what is going on? And then she like moves. She's like, why don't you like me? And you're like, I hate this. I hate what's going on.
That scene you mentioned where they're at the house party and like they're doing the Jenga thing. Yeah, I thought she was gonna murder Sarah right then and there. Like I thought it was all over. And I think also the fact that I saw this movie one time, it was like 2 months ago, and I remember all these characters' names just instantly. Like can just tell you how good of a movie this is. Like I love them all. They're not. I've seen people complain that like they're too basic. They're too like they don't feel lived in. Whatever. And I don't
It's
give
a
a
90-minute
about
movie.
that. I don't give a fuck at all about that. I feel like Trey Barker knew exactly what movie he wanted to make. He knew exactly like what the situation in the story was, and he like just did that. He was like, I got 90 minutes, I got $17. Like I'm going to like make exactly the movie that I want. I don't need to leave any of this up to interpretation. Like there's no like, oh, I wonder how this would have happened, or like he should have done this instead. Like, no, he's like, I know exactly where I want the story to go. It's going right there. No fluff, no mess, like no ambiguity. He killed it. It's amazing. I fucking was terrified watching through my fingers at points. Shout out to my girl Sarah. You didn't deserve that. I could have taken you away from all this, but
I could have taken you away from all this.
but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think Nikki is like I said, one of the best performances I've seen this year. I don't know if we'll see a better one from an actress, especially not one in like an original movie that's not like a biopic or whatever. Yeah, I thought the way they characterized Bear was perfect because, like, yes, he's obviously the bad guy, but you can kind of see like how and why he got there because he really wants this girl, and he's like, he had no idea the wish was going to actually work, and then when it did, he was like, okay, fuck it, like I'm here, might as well try and make it work. Like,
Oh, sick.
yeah, I can see how you got there. Like,
When
that's
he
fucked up.
says, "What's so wrong about being with me?" I'm like, "Oh, he's gone." He was at that point. I was like,
brother.
"Oh, he's a full villain. Like it's over, bro."
He's gone. But I can understand how he got there. And then the ending is just pitch perfect to me. It's like equally devastating and earned, and like it makes so much sense. Yeah, I love this movie. It's one of those movies that I got out of the theater and I just couldn't wait to talk to people about, and I'm still talking about it. I'm still sending people obsession memes like on Instagram and TikTok and shit because like I just love this movie and I love talking about it. I could live in this world forever. I give it an A+.
The thing that's interesting about the Bear character, and let me go on a diatribe for 2 seconds. There is a lot of discussion about it because this is the other end of toxic masculinity that I don't think a lot of people want to face. Is that the other end of the spectrum isn't the manosphere, women should be subject themselves to me. They're all bitches, yada, yada, yada. Like that sort of Andrew Tate. The other not talked about spectrum sort of incel-y type part of it is
The nice guys.
the nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy. Why wouldn't you want to be with me? In the thought that they deserve some other higher what's the word I'm looking for? They deserve some other higher praise, that they're not assaulting people or like trying to subject women to their will. And I think it's very smart. I think it's a very smart thing to be that line. What's it? The woe is me of the woe is me of dudes that could never get with girls. And I don't think a lot of people are willing to confront that in themselves. Of
Fact.
man, I really wish I could get with a girl. Well, if you would just talk to people, it would be fine.
Yeah, stand on it. Be a man
Yeah.
about it.
Sometimes you miss. You know what I mean? That's what I don't think people want to talk about, is that sometimes you brick, but that never stopped KD from tweeting. So
Well, something stopped Katie from tweeting, but we don't have to talk about it.
well, yeah, I mean when he nearly ran his teammates out of Houston, but
you know that woman, the woman who plays our lead, was an actress. She had acted in a couple things, and she couldn't get
Supergirl.
booked. She couldn't get booked. So she's like literally playing Call of Duty for money and walking people's dogs. Like, welcome to the LA experience. There are so many talented people that are just working at your favorite restaurant or walking your dogs or whatever it is. She gets the right opportunity and bam, her whole life changes because she fucking crushes it. Like she just knocks it out of the park. That obviously goes towards the writers and the directors, but it goes towards her and her talent. And it's not an easy thing to do. She's got to be a prisoner in her own body. She's got to be a fucking monster. She's got to be a manic pixie dream girl. She's got to be desirable. She's got to be crazy. She's got to be like two different people. Like it is not an easy performance. And if her performance doesn't work, the movie doesn't work. Like the whole film doesn't work if her performance doesn't put you at ease. When you're in that party scene and the whole theater is just sitting in their shoulders like, something's going to go bad. Now we're in public. Shit is going bad. Shit is going very bad. When they're at the restaurant, she starts screaming. Like, when you're in those moments, if she doesn't nail that stuff, it doesn't work. Like, the movie falls apart. It's a great concept, but it doesn't work because she can't bring it home, and she knocked it out of the fucking park, and that's how you get a hit movie. That's the magic formula that you can get, and that's how we're sitting here now talking about what's going to be one of the biggest movies of the year, no matter what's coming. It's going to be a huge success. It's going to be one of the biggest movies in the year. And we might be launching the career of this Barker guy, just like we launched the career of Krager, just like we launched the career of other people with these horror movies that come out of nowhere. They do very good business. And all of a sudden we get the same thing with Smile. Smile comes out of nowhere. All of a sudden it's a huge deal and you're making stars out of the people who are in it. That's what we have with Obsession. And it's not going to stop. There are people that are only going to the movie theaters to see quote unquote horror movies. That's the only things that they go see. That's why they're making so much money in the horror genre. And so we're going to see star making performances in the horror genre, which means that we need to award these kind of performances more and more. The Oscars are starting to get there. We need more of that. We need to have these people that can actually compete for Oscars coming from the horror genre. And I hope that Miss Navarrete is one of the people that are able to do that because I think that she deserves it.
They're going to try and category fraud her. It's already been said they're going to try to category fraud her into Best Supporting Actor.
I saw that, and I really hate that.
She is the lead actress of this film.
Come on with the category fraud thing. It's
like, I don't even care if she doesn't win. Like, run her in Best Actress, she will get a nomination.
I agree. I totally agree.
Like, she could win for Best Supporting Actress, just depending on what comes out the rest of the year. But like,
she's not a supporting actress.
But she's not.
Any way, shape, or form in this film.
No, the whole thing hinges on her performance, but yeah, she's like super online. There's like clips of her absolutely owning people in Call of Duty. It's really funny.
Yeah, finding out that she was a Call of Duty streamer, I was like, huh, that's funny. And then finding out she was actually fucking good, I was like, holy shit.
She's great. She's great on the sticks. It's really crazy.
I would hate to see her in my lobby. I would absolutely hate that.
I don't want to discredit the performance. It's a thankless role from the guy that plays Bear, too, as well. Michael Johnston.
He does a good job. It's not an easy role to play either. It's not an easy
Very thankless role because you have to sign up to be like kind of like sympathetic, but also, Dex, like you were saying, it's like he's wrong, but he is kind of sympathetic, but he's wrong. And also, guys, read a book. We all know he's wrong. I need people to like grow up.
Read a book.
Like of the film, the being able to discern what happens in films these days is
people saw themselves in Bear. That's the genius of the conception of the character. People saw themselves in Bear from the beginning of the movie. So then when he does super villainous shit, they're like, well, I can understand.
Also, oh my God, Bear, let me in. It's actually $1 billion is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That was so fucking ridiculous.
That shit worked.
Also, that was really funny because, like, obviously the way that they set it up is that the friend who's dating our lead or was dating our lead is supposed to do the wish to use his wish to undo Bear's wish, and it literally just says, "I want $1 billion," which is such a funny thing, but also like such a realistic thing, especially if you don't actually believe what you're being told. You're like, I'm gonna fuck around with this, and it works.
I would do the exact same shit.
That scream he lets out was real too.
That was so funny, man.
Also, one of my favorite parts of the movie was when he goes back to the like voodoo shop And the guy's like, "What are you talking about? I've never heard of a one wish willow."
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, "What you? They're right here."
Right here. The funniest part of that is you can barely hear it. He kind of tones it out. Barker does when he's like having an out of body experience, and he goes, "Well, you could kill yourself." It's just like it's so darkly funny. It's so funny. It's up
That
there with
movie
the
rules, man.
It's up there with the drama as one of the more darkly funny movies that I've seen here.
The funniest scenes to me were when he goes to buy the one wish willow and the person at the counter is like intentionally being like the most evasive that you could possibly be when he's asking very specific and very good questions about this product. Like the way that the girl is handling him, and like you just know that it's going to go bad, obviously, because you've probably seen the trailer or heard about what the movie concept is. So you know it's going to go bad. And the girl at the front is just like the least helpful, most asshole fucking employee ever. And if she had answered even one of those questions correctly, maybe we could have avoided all this. The second funniest thing is when you have Barker on the phone as the voice of the guy when he calls the hotline. Like that whole scene just completely leaves me in stitches. And then in the middle of my laugh, you hear the real girl scream, and it just shocked my system. I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like she is literally trapped. She's screaming like these people know this, that made this product. That's crazy. And then you know how sometimes in movies, when you watch a lot of movies, not to be a movie bro, when you see the angle at which something's being recorded, you can kind of see what's happening. The best example is like if you're in a car and they put you behind the two people in the front seat and you're looking out the front dashboard, there's going to be a car accident. Like it happens every time they shoot from that scene. When Sarah is sitting in the car with Bear and you can see the outside of the car, they're shooting the other. I was like, "Oh, it's over. Like she's cooked. She's gonna die right there." As soon as they framed the shot, I was like, "Oh God, it's gonna happen."
I was tense every time there was a car scene because there's like 17 different like car rides.
Yeah, the one where he's on the phone, I thought she was going to show up on the other side because they shot it that way too. He was setting you up the entire time.
Yeah, he was setting you up for that.
Looking at me like, "Here it comes, here it comes." And then when it was Sarah and she was like, "I was on your left," blah blah. I was like, "Oh yeah, you're cooked, brother."
R.I.P.
I could barely look.
That was gruesome, man. That was so gruesome.
The car horn, bro.
Holy shit,
Just
man.
hearing the car horn over and over, along with like the brain squishing sounds. Just, oh my god, you're a sick bastard. I like you, Curry Barker.
And then she goes and like stands by the side of the by his window and is like rolls it down.
Holy shit, man. There's some crazy shit in this movie. The party scene is just like the most awkward experience when she's reading the little what's like the poem.
Yeah.
I was like, how did they write this weird ass fucking poem? She's reading in front of everyone. It's like, oh my god, this is the most embarrassing thing. I don't know how Bear just sits there. Like, I'm taking her and leaving the party, or I'm leaving the party alone. I'm not sitting there for that entire thing. There's just no.
I'm telling everyone at this party that she's fucking like possessed. We have a problem. I need help.
She took crazy acid. Actually, we gotta go. But like,
yeah, we gotta go. She is on a bad trip right now, guys. We gotta go.
She tried to listen in my house earlier. She cried and like shit herself when I told her I was coming here. So,
but
please don't send me back with her.
Yeah,
she fed me my cat, guys. Like, we're getting out of here.
Oh yeah, I kind of like got up to go pee in the middle of that and I missed it, so that was unfortunate. But like the if you listen to that poem, we're talking about this way longer than I think we need to because we got a lot to talk about. But if you listen to that poem, you can hear it's about a person being trapped inside something. Basically being like their soul being trapped. So it's a really like intense thing if you actually sit and listen to it, but you're overwhelmed by how awkward it is. So it's like kind of an interesting thing if you go back and watch it. But yeah, I thought this movie's great. I'm very interested to see if he can follow it up. We haven't seen a breakout like star in horror this way, I think probably since Mia Goth, maybe. But even so, those movies didn't make that much money. This made like 10x what all of those X, Pearl, all those movies made.
Yeah, the T West movies.
Yeah. So, and I think that, quite frankly, I know people love Mia Goth, but Navarette has like crazy bankability. I think she's like people love
Market
her.
corrected her.
I can't wait to
immediately.
see what she does next. I cannot what genre are you even looking into for her next movie? I'm
don't
sure
know.
she's got plenty of offers. I cannot wait to see. I hope she pops up like in a TV show or something, like a what's her face? Chase Infinity did. Well, she was in a TV show before one bad after another, but then she went back to TV and she's back to movies. I hope she kind of spreads herself around a little bit because it's time to run up the bag, baby girl, and make some money. I hope that she like pops in a TV show. Like she could fit in Cape Fear. Like she could I hope she just pops in a TV show somewhere because I am all in. I'm buying all the stock.
This is the thing because she was like a working actor trying to make it or whatever. She's has stuff that's already come out. So one's called like Trap House, which came out like in this same time that like nobody saw. But then she has one called that's in post production, and they're gonna market the shit out of this because she's in it.
This
called
is gold for them.
In Vertigo. It follows reckless teens who sneak onto a roller coaster before its debut. But when a system failure traps them hundreds of feet in the air, they must fight for survival as buried traumas and tensions erupt.
Oh, I like this. I think I saw a trailer for this.
So, like, I don't know. She's gonna have stuff coming out, but like as far as like it's gonna be probably like a year or two before we see the results of this run.
Yeah,
actually. So it's kind of interesting. But
Did you know what you made me think of? A show that she would fucking kill? Pluribus.
Yeah, she would be great on a show like that.
Fucking casting on Pluribus.
she'd be a great AI person on Pluribus.
I fucking love that. She would be so good as being one of the hive minders and just being a little weird because she does a good job of like presenting that something's a little bit off before she does the thing that lets you know that she's off. Like a couple seconds before that, it'll be like something ain't right. Like there's something about her disposition. Like when you first see her go bad, where she kind of freezes, where she's outside of his car, she's walking into the house, and then she freezes, she comes back. Like that whole interaction, she hasn't done anything weird yet, but just her whole vibe is like her whole body language changes. It's like she transforms, but she hasn't done anything weird yet. But it just makes you so uneasy. That's not easy. That's not easy to do, man. That is real talented shit that she's doing. The body comedy, the body horror that she's doing. I just think that this performance is something that we're going to be talking about at the end of the year when it's time to talk about the amazing performances, and it belongs there.
All right.
Yeah, kids got it.
We have we're going to talk about this movie for the rest of the year. So what else what other movies do we want to talk about?
We got to talk about Supergirl. Oh my god.
Do we want to do Supergirl right now? This is the latest
Supergirl,
movie that we
certainly a film.
Unfortunately, we
one of the films of all time. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to tweet out the episode talking about movies.
This film pissed me off. Bro. And I am the biggest James Gunn stan out there. And this film pissed. And I love Craig Gillespie. I've seen 3 of his prior films, and they're all amazing. I don't know.
Yeah, like a really good director, Craig Gillespie.
This is this movie in the movie theater, I was legitimately getting pissed off. Okay, let me just first of all,
yeah, he did I, Tonya.
He did the 101 Dalmatians thing, the Cruella, which is way better than It Has Any Reason Being, and he did Dumb Money, which is great.
He's done a Lars and the Real Girl, like he's like he was kind of like an indie guy. But yeah, Cruella, I, Tonya, Dumb Money, which was like kind of underseen but really really good, and yeah, then he jumps up to Superhero Land, which is
what the fuck happened here. First of all, the gun did jam. First of all, I understand like every Superman movie kind of has a problem of like Superman is too powerful, so you have to find ways to like actually make this last for 90 minutes because he actually has to solve a problem or defeat a villain that's gonna normally take him 10 seconds if he actually had all of his powers. But Supergirl starts this movie depowered, and she gets depowered in this movie probably 5 or 6 times. It is infuriating because as soon as you start having any fun, as soon as Millie really gets to start cooking, immediately, nope, the sun takes her powers away, or Kryptonite Arrow takes her powers away. And this is the entire movie. Up through the final act, she's losing her powers. It just looks a little different when we're trying to do girl boss stuff, and you're just like depowering her so you could like keep the plot going. It sucks. Also, this is a wolf and cub story, but the cub has nothing to do. She has this badass fucking sword that makes a cool noise every time somebody pulls it out, and she don't get to fucking stab nobody with it, and it was infuriating me. Then Jason Momoa pops out, who I like, who I think is great, who plays the same character and everything, but so what? Who gives a fuck? It's fun. In this movie, it's not fun at all. It's terrible. It's horrible. He brings nothing to the fucking table. These people failed Millie Alcock, who's doing a great job as Supergirl. She did what she was supposed to do. I thought she was compelling. I thought that she was funny. I thought that she was credible in her action scenes, and everything else around her fucking stinks in this movie. Like, the movie is not the worst movie you've ever seen. It's just mid. Our villain is doing a good acting job, but this performance and this villain is a fucking nobody. That means nothing. He's Jeffrey Epstein with a fucking accent. This is the dumbest. Who wrote this shit? This is the dumbest. They failed this woman. They failed Millie Alcock. This is my young Rhaenyra. This is Team Black. I was there to support her, and everybody else failed her. And then James Gunn has the fucking audacity to give you the worst needle drop you've ever heard to end this movie.
Oh.
That is not hyperbole. They covered a song, and they made that song about 9,000 times worse, and they dropped it in the biggest scene of the movie. This movie is infuriatingly bad. It's not like the worst movie you've ever seen, but the reasons why it is bad actively frustrated me in this movie theater. I got a nothing villain to deal with. I got randomly Jason Momoa just popping on screen, being the same. He's Khal Drogo again. He's the fucking guy from Dune again, except for he sucks. The little girl has an accent, and she has nothing to do. They just took the fucking Supergirl's powers for the fourth time. She's sitting there getting cooked, and I'm like, this movie, how could James Gunn let a movie come out of this studio that bad with an actual good director? I don't know how this happened. I'm legitimately confused about how this happened. This movie's not good, guys. It's slop. This movie's not as good as The Marvels, which is charming and funny and fun. The Marvels is great. This is down there with your. This is not even on the Captain Marvel level. This is down there with. I guess I wouldn't put it down there with what's the Eternals. I wouldn't put it that low. I wouldn't put it down there with the Eternals. But this is a nothing burger. This is not the newest Captain America movie. This is probably better than the newest Captain America movie. This is worse than the newest Doctor Strange movie. This is worse than all the MCU stuff that we've come out that said is mid. I watched Thor 4 5 times before I watched this movie again. And I like Superman, and Superman is the only good part of this movie other than Millie Alcock, but he's only in the movie for like 3 minutes. Like, I can't believe this movie was as nothing as it was to me. I was excited for the movie. I really like Millie Alcock. I think that she's a star. I think we should keep giving her superstar movie roles. But this movie flopped at the box office for a reason. It's a nothing burger. I can't believe that this exists. I was furious with Supergirl. I'm very mad about it.
Well, this is we don't support women hour on the One Take podcast. Apparently,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Team,
No,
they're great.
This is the movie that broke the mold because everyone saying the movie sucked. I just assumed that they were all incel dude bros. And then I sat down and I was like, oh no, the incel dude bros were right. This is a piece of shit. Like, I gotta stop saying I'm using hyperbole. It's not a piece of shit. There's fun stuff in the movie. Millie Alcock's doing a good job, but it is, for what it should have been and what it could have been, it is a complete miss in terms of putting a movie out that people can go enjoy and we can run with this character. This character means nothing to me. This character, I don't care if we ever see this character again. And I really like the performance of the character, but everything else about this world and this character fucking stinks. Making her fight a literal child molestation ring is so on the nose. It is so. Also, this guy just literally murders a black family in whole in the middle of this movie. Like, what are we? I don't understand what happened with this film. We put the dog in danger again. We just did this in Superman. We literally just did that. We just put Chris in
I'm not
danger.
going to lie to you. That's my biggest gripe with the movie.
Biggest
I don't
sin
give a
of the
fuck
movie.
We just
about this
did
dog,
that.
bro.
There's only been 2 DCU movies, and you do it again. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Come
I don't
on,
give a
bro.
fuck about crypto. This is not as compelling as James Gunn seems to think it is, bro. And it always drives me insane when there's, like, actual real stakes, but the main like person in the movie can't be convinced until like, oh, my dog is in danger. Now I have to help you.
That
That's
pissed me
so
off.
stupid, bro. Like, yeah, I know your family just got murdered in cold blood or whatever. I know it's like part of my whole thing is to like protect your
Part of the
family, right?
ethos of Superman and Supergirl.
Yeah, I know that's what I do here, but like, what's in it for me? If my dog isn't injured, then I don't give a fuck.
She
Let me
literally
get-
says, I'm not going to let the fact that your family got murdered get in the way of saving my dog. And I said, that's really a line that they put on a piece of paper for this woman to say? That's nonsense. You're a fucking superhero, bro. What are you talking about? You're not going to help this little girl. This film frustrates me. The first 15 minutes of this movie are so fucking boring, bro. Before she doesn't have her fucking powers when we meet her. This is a Supergirl movie. We meet her. She's a regular fucking citizen. That's who wrote this shit, bro? Whoever wrote this shit needs to be jailed. Why would you introduce a character who has all the powers in the world with no powers? That literally makes no sense at all. Give her powers and depower her later. I don't understand.
We already know she has powers. We just saw her in the other movie. Like you can just start there. Like,
there's a
if
couple.
You're starting with your hero having no powers, it's because it's a fucking origin story. But it's not an origin story because we saw her doing super shit in the last DCU movie, which is the only other DCU movie. Like
it was like a year ago.
I'm not blaming Craig for this.
This was written by a woman named Anna Noguria, and she was a former actress, and she wrote one short film in 2018, and then this is her first script.
I did hear this. This is her first script, and it feels like a fucking first script, by the way. You don't have to be a fucking writer or a genius to feel like you're watching somebody's movie where they just wrote their first script. This script is a piece of shit. It stinks. It literally just stinks, bro. It stinks.
The script stinks. Jason Momoa stinks. He always has stunk. The motivations for Supergirl in this movie stink, which I already kind of talked about. Crypto is just not. Like, I know they need to build like all the merch and all the toys around the cute dog, and the popcorn buckets have to be crypto related and whatever. But like, you cannot build your whole fucking cinematic universe around us protecting this goddamn dog. Like, I'm sorry, that's not going to get it done.
Well, Dex, I would argue that the biggest sin of the movie is you're kind of correct in that, like not having crypto be crypto in this movie. Like, if you're gonna have the dog, like let
Crypto's
it be
a little bitch in this movie. You don't get no buckets in this film. It's crazy what they did to my guy Crypto. Justice for Crypto, bro. I actually love Crypto, and I felt nothing about Crypto being impaled because as soon as it happened, I was like, "Wait, am I going crazy? We literally just did that. We just did that.
They're not gonna kill
and
the
like
dog.
That's what we're building this movie.
They're not gonna kill the dog. Like, you're not gonna kill him."
I just watched a little kid get murdered because like he was like supposed to be his sister. And like that doesn't matter. We have to protect the dog. That's why the hero's journey is happening. Are you serious? Like, that's what I just watched the whole family get murdered, bruh. Like, man, woman, and child all killed twice. I was extremely frustrated by parts of this movie. Like, the more that I thought about it, I will say I went, theater, full house, like everyone was like really into it, and so that like I came out of it being like, you know what, that was fine, whatever, not great, it's cool. But then just the more I thought about it and like sat with it, the more I was like, this sucked and that sucked and that really fucking sucked. So like, there's a lot of shit wrong with this movie. I will say there are times when like, it's just a fun superhero flick and it's fine, and everything is all cool. Millie Alcock, when she gets to have her powers and gets to fight, like, she's good. She's we know the kids got it. Like, we saw it on House of the Dragon all those years ago now. But yeah, she just was really let down by the movie around her. I don't even hate the idea of like taking this like young girl who can't fight on this like revenge journey. Like, I think that's a good, setup for a small superhero movie. They just didn't stick to that enough, and then she just kind of in the middle of the movie is like, well, you know, I have to make sure that you're a good person and you're not like me. It's like we haven't done enough to establish that yet. Like this is not where this movie felt like it was supposed to be going. But overall, I give it like a flat C. Like it's a very annoying C because it could have been an A. Like they had all the ingredients there for an A, and they just didn't do it.
It could have at least been a B. Every time I was having a little bit of fun in this movie, literally, it was like, oh, she's depowered. Like as soon as I was having a little bit of fun, bro, oh, she lost her powers again. The last time she lost her powers, the people next to me, it was two women sitting next to me, and it was me. We all literally exhaled and threw up our hands because she had lost her powers like 4 times already, bro. I literally couldn't believe it. I was like, am I going crazy? Every 10 minutes she loses her powers. I start to have a little bit of fun. Oh, sorry, powers are gone. We got to do 15 minutes of getting her powers back now. And it's like, you know what? I like this is crap. This script is a mess. I probably gave it a C-. I probably gave it lower than that. I think I gave it a 1.5 stars on Letterboxd, but a lot of that was because I was angry because there's some stuff there that could have been a good movie. Millie
I think you
Alcock is
gave it
doing her
2.5
job.
stars.
Millie Alcock is doing her job, bro. Like she is her. We've already seen her. She literally, before Emma Darcy really leveled up and found the character, I thought after the first season that she was the better version of the character. Now Darcy's going fucking insane. And so who could touch her? But for those first 10 episodes, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, young Vernier stole the character from the older Vernier. She fucking cooked. And I think Millie Alcock's talented, and I hope that we see her in more stuff. And this failure of this movie is not on her. And I'm not going to put it on Craig either. I'm putting it on Gunn. I'm putting it on the writers. And I don't understand why you're going to put Jason Momoa in this movie to play a character that Millie Alcock is already playing. They're both drunk in this. They both don't care. They both kind of just do whatever the fuck they want to do. And it's like, why not put if you're going to put another superhero in this movie, why not put a superhero who's like different than her in some way or has a different path? Her and Jason Momoa are occupying the same space. They're doing the
give
same
her a straight
thing.
man or something.
Give her a straight. It literally doesn't make any sense, bro. I just don't understand this movie at all. I don't get it.
There's a few reasons why this movie failed and is going to fail at the box office, unfortunately, is because one, it's like they kind of like really were banking on the fact that people know who Supergirl is, and like I don't know if people know actually who Supergirl is, like the way that they do Superman. And then so that was one of them. And then when the previews started coming out for this movie, people were like, it's not that great. And so that it was kind of like dead on arrival. Plus there is a superhero fatigue going on, guys. I know, as much as we don't want to admit it, until the next Avengers comes out, we may just be in this space where it's like these things just don't make as much money as they used to. And
don't wish that on my goat Spider-Man. Don't do that, bro. Spider-Man is coming, bro.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, Spider-Man's restoring the feeling for sure.
Yeah. But he may be the only one that can do that. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man's always been bulletproof in that way. Supergirl and Superman even are not. And so
the Fantastic Four are not.
No.
Absolutely are not.
So it's just kind of interesting place that we're at. Millie Alcock is really good as Supergirl. I really like it is kind of contrived in the way that they're like, we got to make her different than Superman. Like, yeah, the devil may care attitude. She's drunk. She's dealing with her trauma in a different way than Clark is dealing with his lost home trauma. And in fact, so much so that we get flashbacks to that trauma. Guys, I'm tired of it. Just like the Batman thing. Like, I'm tired of seeing this. It was like a
Krypton blew up. Who knew?
Yeah. It was like a different it was like a different version of how Krypton, like the story we don't see, like Krypton existed after
we leave when Clark leaves, and this time we're seeing her because she was a teenager, and so she stayed after Clark left.
Like, that's okay, but it's still the dead, my parents are dead drama that we always get with these things. Although David Krumholtz is like cooking in this for like 2 minutes, so congratulations to him. He did really well as being one of the I think it was like Jor-El. It was one of the other L brothers, but the Alcock is good. They give that poor girl, the teenage character, they give her nothing to do. It's so frustrating.
They
It's
literally gave that little girl
it's
nothing to do.
it's bad, man. And I
Let
feel
her
sorry
cook,
for her.
man.
I feel sorry for her, but she ain't got nothing to do.
I just
And,
knew in the third act she's gonna start swinging that sword and it's gonna be fucking awesome. Nope, didn't happen. Didn't happen.
yeah.
Did not happen.
There is a movie in here, like I text y'all, Supergirl Fury Road is like on its own an interesting concept where it's like, yeah, it is on the nose of the Jeffrey Epstein. These women are being sold into servitude, slavery, and whatnot. That is on the nose, but also it's like, yeah, we kind of just live in a pedophilic elite society. So like, why not have our stories be about that? So Supergirl Fury Road would be interesting on its own. Yeah, having the whole contrived backstory with like the why she gets into it because crypto is dying and like
Yeah, that's
he
so
doesn't want to
stupid.
help this.
I have
could
to
just
physically remove the anecdote from his body. So
like
I
it
can-
would have been good enough to be like Supergirl sees these girls being sold into slavery.
Yeah,
Let's go help these girls. Like how kind of Mad Max is reluctant in that way too in the movie, but like, why not? You know, she's already depowered to start. Have her be kidnapped like it is in Mad Max
in
Fury
Mad Max.
Road,
Yeah, that's how.
and then you're in the movie.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's a better movie in there somewhere.
You know what I also realized, guys, our Superman really has it, bro. When he first meets her, when they had the flashback of when she first arrives on Earth, and he's like talking to her, but then he realizes that she doesn't understand the language and he doesn't know how to speak Kryptonian, and so she can't speak English.
His all shucksness is so good. He's really
It just
good at
works so well. And like for that like I don't know 4-minute scene, I was like, oh, I'm in a gun movie now. And I fucking love being in this gun movie. I love Corn Sweat. I love the earnestness of this character. This is the character where the script is working with the actor, is working with the director, and it all comes together. And Supergirl just did not get that. And that juxtaposition and that scene stood out to me so much because I was like, wow, man, I'm really into our Superman. I can't wait to see what we have next for him. When it comes to Supergirl, it's like, I can't wait to see Millie Alcock in another movie, but I don't want to see another Supergirl movie. I definitely don't want to see another Supergirl movie. I want to see Millie Alcock get to cook, but I damn sure don't want any of this universe that we created in this movie. I don't want to see this shit ever again. I don't want to see Supergirl Fury Road mixed with Star Wars. I don't want to see it anymore, bro. Get this shit the fuck out of here, man. I couldn't believe this.
Millie Alcock should have held water. She should have waited for that MCU call to get in whatever other damn movie that she could. Whatever they about to have Sadie Sink do in this new Spider-Man movie, Millie Alcock could have been doing that shit. That could have been you. But now you're the Supergirl.
She could have been Jean Grey.
She could have been like doing whatever the fuck. She could have been Spider-Gwen. She could have been all this shit. And I want to go to James Gunn. Look what that got you.
I will say this, the Superman part of it. It either have him in the movie or don't have him in the movie. You know what I mean? Like it feels like a cheat if you were to have him be like now we're tag teaming for superhero adventures with Superman and Supergirl, and Superman's flying around fighting crime. Or don't have him in the movie so you don't have to rely on him. The 2 or 3 minutes that you get with David Cornsweet where he's just like talking and not being Superman is a good Superman, but it's also like I don't like it's a cheat. It's like even more of a cheat than like if you would have just had him in the movie for a couple of fight scenes. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh hey, we know that guy. All right, he's not going to do anything. Cool. All right.
He's going to do a Skype call.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I don't know. I digress. I give this movie a C plus, I guess. Like Millie Alcock's really good. Her zooming around through space and trying to get to the sun where the Raiders are trying to like kidnap her and stuff, and that fight where she's like, you know, blipping in and out is like really fun. and that's some really fun stuff. But
Her beating the shit out of everybody at the dive bar was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I even like the way they filmed the final scene where they're showing like the little girl is in the middle and they're showing like kind of how she's trying to protect her. But then you put the worst needle drop of all time on it and it just ruins it. I was like,
We should say I don't care to spoil it. I don't care to spoil this movie. The Needle Drop is a slow acoustic cover of The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, but Jimmy Eat World isn't singing it. It's
some women.
It's somebody else in like Kid
The
Motel.
girl boss the song to its detriment.
And it's slow and like they are beating Craig Gillespie's ass in the comments on
It
Twitter
doesn't
right
fit thematically. It doesn't sound very good.
Yeah.
It's just an all around bad needle drop. Like there's no redeeming quality to it.
And that's the thing that people are taking away from this movie, and I find that very, very funny because people are like taking like big time superhero scenes and being like, if Craig Gillespie, directed the Batman, and in that scene where he's like going through the Superdome or whatever and beating people's ass, and it just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle. It's just like it's awful, man.
By the way, I like that
I
Jimmy
rolled
Eat
my
World
eyes. I
song.
was like, oh, this is what they're
It's a
doing.
really good Jimmy Eat World song. I like that song. And
Yeah, it's a classic.
We should point
Like,
out that Craig Gillespie said that James Gunn picked this, and James Gunn is known for his needle drops, and he totally fumbled this one, and so that's why we're not blaming Craig Gillespie. We're blaming.
It feels
James
like
Gunn.
he asked Copilot like what song he should use about a little girl in the middle of a fight, and they were like, Jimmy Eat World,
The
the
middle.
middle.
And he said,
It's like
no,
it
we
goes
can't pick
no
a song
deeper
by a
than that.
man, and then they found this girl boss cover, which absolutely stinks. Whoever made that song, I wish that this is one of my least favorite genres of music of all time. The white woman cover where they take the song, slow it down, and put the fucking acoustic guitar on it. That's the worst genre of music of all time. Stop making that shit. It's white people's fault. You don't accept that shit. That shit is trash. Stop making that shit.
hey,
That genre shouldn't exist. You're taking cool stuff and
Hey.
you're making it 100 times worse on purpose. Why? Jimmy Eat World made the song good already. Just use the Jimmy Eat World
This
song if
is-
that's what you want to do.
is this a bad time to say that I covered Trap Queen and the key of?
I'm going to kill myself. I'm literally going to commit suicide on this podcast. Don't say that, bro. This is the worst
No,
genre of
I'm
music
kidding.
to ever exist.
You know, I blame the Pitch Perfect riff-off and their cover of No Diggity. It all traces back to
That might be it. That actually might be it.
You know why Pitch Perfect works? Because it's a comedy. And they understand that making music in this way is funny. It's not supposed to be dramatic. That's why you can't put it in your third act of your big hero fight scene. That's why it
But
doesn't
that's where
work.
it all started. It's like, yeah, No Diggity, that's good. And then everyone started trying to do it. And then they were like, you know what? I got to be a little different. I'm going to slow it down. I'm gonna...
Tej is so mad about this.
Anna
movie, it's
Kendrick is my
unbelievable. I
birthday
didn't
twin,
think
so
you
I'm
would
not
get that.
blaming her for this phenomenon because she's my birthday twin. I love you, Anna Kendrick. I love Pitch Perfect. There's something I understand that this is my own personal trigger, but when that song started, a piece of me literally died. I had not heard about the fact that there's this bad needle drop in the middle of this movie because I went on the first night. I hadn't seen the stuff about this bad needle drop, and so I was legitimately watching the movie, and I literally was thinking, finally, something's kind of cool. I kind of like the way they're shooting this final fight scene. Finally, I can have some fun. And then that needle drop started, and I said, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself in this movie theater. This is my least favorite genre of all time. And James Gunn did this to me. James Gunn put Reasons, the song, in a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This is one of the greatest needle drops you've ever seen. I don't understand how that same person did that into this. This whole movie's just a miss. It's just a miss, man.
Local LA lawyer kills himself in the middle of Supergirl. Before reports say before he pulled the trigger, this needle drop sucks ass. That's crazy. I can't believe it made you that mad. It
It
didn't
made
make
me
me that
very
mad.
mad.
I was just like, this is bad. Yeah,
I just want
anyway,
to point out that as we're recording this for the podcast listeners, Netherlands and Morocco are going band for band in terms of missing penalty kicks.
Yeah, this is the worst penalty kicks you've ever seen. This is a disaster.
Hold on.
They're just missing everything. This is
They're going
insane.
band for band in terms of bad penalty kicks. This is insane. I've never seen anything like it.
This is why I hate penalty kicks. I fucking hate the penalty kicks.
No, they
I
rule,
hate
dude.
this.
I don't know what you're
They're
talking about.
smoking these kicks. They're not. These guys are legitimately choking, but both teams are doing it.
Did my goat Holland miss?
No, I think he made his.
Different
Okay.
country.
No, wait. Is he not?
Oh my god! I hate penalty kicks. This is the worst thing. This is like if the NBA Finals game ended and they started playing knockout
God.
at the end of the game. I want to see soccer. I don't want to see these fucking penalty kick shit. I hate this.
This fucking
Wait,
rock
that guy
paper
just stood.
scissors.
That guy
shit.
just. That guy just stood there and put his hand up, and he. Oh my God, Morocco's gonna win this game for sure. He totally will not miss this.
Yes, he
penalty
is.
kick.
This is
Morocco's
so
gonna miss.
insane. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like it. And the Netherlands is good.
Yeah.
This is,
So we thought Germany was too,
oh
right?
my god.
The Netherlands are gonna get sent home. I'm gonna be so sad. This is my
so
second favorite
bad.
team in the tournament outside the U.S. And they're gonna lose on PKs because everybody's smoking kicks, bro. This is insane.
How much money do you have
I
on
did
this
not
game,
bet on
T?
this game. I did not bet on this game.
I
God
have $100 on my fucking Netherlands jersey. Sitting on this bed right now.
Oh, it is over. The funniest thing about penalty kicks is that like the goalie can be the most wrong about anything they've ever been in their entire life.
And it might not matter.
Yeah. They just dive like exactly like they just choose a side to dive to. Anyway, Morocco won. So that's interesting.
Oh,
God damn it.
No, penalty kicks are awesome. They should have a 3-point contest if we go past double overtime.
No,
in
they
basketball.
shouldn't. Please.
Yes, they should. Yes, they should. What are you talking about? If you had to if sinners shoot three, they should have.
Sinners shoot threes. That would be
Yeah.
my 9/11. The game is tied
Steven
still.
Adams,
Steven
at the
Adams
top
gotta
of
go
the
shoot
throws feels
threes.
more ethical. Free throws feels more ethical.
Free throws? Nah. Ew. Home run derby if it goes past the 12th inning.
That I'm with. Because yeah, we don't need extra baseball
okay.
like that. That's okay.
All right. Moving on. Our final film that I think we're all going to discuss in full. Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day.
I'm interested to see what y'all think of this film.
You know, I'm interested to see what I think.
I think that is, I think, the consensus. It is.
I'm also interested to see what I think of this film.
It is made by a man. I don't know if you've heard of him. Steven Spielberg. Oh, Steve Spielberg. I don't know if you've heard of that guy. Yeah. Written by David Koepp, story by Steven Spielberg, actually, who has only had a few writing credits to his name. Of course, he's probably had an influence on every script that he's ever gotten. But technically, let's see. Let's look at the movies that old Stevie has actually written. AI. He wrote the story for The Goonies, Poltergeist, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and a bunch of other TV and stuff. He created the Medal of Honor series, by the way, video game series, and The Fabelmans. So this is the last two out of the 3 films he's actually written. Stars Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor. It is, let's see. Okay, this is an interesting synopsis by IMDb. If you found out you weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you? That's the synopsis on IMDb. Now this movie's about aliens coming to Earth. So yeah. Anyway, 6.7 on IMDb, 74 Metascore. Do you want to play the box office game on this one? Because I find this very
wait,
interesting.
tell us the budget.
115 million.
Definitely
I'm gonna say
make her
that-
back and then some.
Really? Oh, I was gonna go lower. I'm gonna go with 85 million.
We're talking
Worldwide.
worldwide to date. Give me
To date, worldwide.
207.
I think you're probably right, Dex. 195.
Damn, okay. I was close.
Okay,
Yeah.
they did make the million.
195 million. It had a really big opening weekend and kind of just kind of teetered out after that. But like people are like, Steven Spielberg, Aliens, fuck yeah.
Word of mouth
He's
didn't
done
hold
this
for
before.
it, but you know, not every
Yeah.
movie can be Obsession and like make more money like as time goes on.
every week. Yeah. Obsession had a 2% rise in its 18th week. How the fuck is it? Yeah, so okay. I'm happy that it got
Mhm.
made.
Why?
I'm very happy it exists. Teach don't do that.
Why?
Why? How come?
What for?
Because Steven Spielberg's 78 years old, and I'm glad that he's making movies. Like that's why. And I'm glad that he wanted to tackle the aliens thing again. Although, like the last few times that he's dealt with aliens, mainly being like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it hasn't quite worked out the way that I think that it did earlier in his career. But this is a very interesting movie because it's not asking, do we think the aliens exist? It's telling you that aliens exist, and he's wanting you to reckon with that fact. It's like Steven Spielberg being like, hey, I know aliens are real. The government's hiding it, and this is what would happen or what should happen when all that information gets revealed. That's basically it's like a manifest from Steven Spielberg being like, this is a real thing that is going to happen. And I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
The execution, the script is bad, but like David Koepp, I think, kind of let him down in that way. The story on itself, because he wrote the story in itself, I think is good enough. And his execution behind the camera, he's still got it. He's still Stevie Spielberg. Like he's still Mr. Fableman. Like he's really good. He's really, it's like this movie looks, sounds, is fantastic to look at on the screen. The alien design notwithstanding, because it is really funny that he still is like their little green
The
men.
most basic
he's still-
alien
it-
design you could possibly have.
It's so funny to me.
They look like
It's so
alien
funny to me
emojis.
that
Like
he's
they
like-
literally look like
Yeah.
the emojis.
Yeah,
Maybe that
Um,
just is what aliens look like, guys. Give them a thought.
yeah, he's probably seen them. But Emily Blunt gives her best performance in a movie, maybe ever.
What a woman.
She was so fucking good in this movie. Oh
She's
my
so
god,
good
man.
in this movie. That being said, the how do I describe this? The sentimentality of which this movie surrounds itself with, the absolute lack of cynicism, which is, I think, a boomer optimism in faith in humanity, doesn't quite sit well with me in 2026. And that's my own misgivings. And I am a cynical person by nature. The fact that Spielberg thinks that something of this nature would happen, and everyone at one time would be like, yeah, okay, cool.
This is crazy.
And would
This
be
is really
watching
happening.
watching the same thing, and also believing it, and not immediately getting on a podcast and being like, this is fake and like AI. Granted, it all kind of rushes to a head at the end of the movie, so it's like I'm kind of picking nits here at the very end, and we can talk about the ending of the movie a little bit more when y'all want to, but it is very boomer optimism, which we love Spielberg for.
Yeah, it's been in
But
the sauce since the beginning.
It works better in his earlier movies when we had Hope. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was awesome to look at. I thought O'Connor was fine. I thought Emily Blunt was great. Firth is kind of miscast, even though I like Colin Firth. Coleman Domingo
Firth
is
is the villain, right?
Mr. Exposition. Yeah. Coleman Domingo is Mr. Exposition. It's no
Mr.
fault of
Wise
his. He's
Black
still
Man.
good, but he's just he's Mr. Exposition. But I don't know. fascinating movie to me. I think it's fascinating to have somebody like this late in his career still be able to like put sight and sound on a movie screen like that, but also like the story is just doesn't live up to what he's able to produce. I just found the movie really interesting. I'm like at a B plus, I think, with it.
That might be the
But
nicest
anyway.
beautiful gowns review we've ever had on this show.
That's fact.
Speaking of Paul Tazewell, costume designer.
Shout
So,
out.
you know,
Friend of the program, kind of, sort of. But yeah, this is a movie I like the idea of more than I actually enjoyed watching for the most
Same.
part. Yeah, what's his name? Josh O'Connell. He just doesn't
O'Connor.
have it for me. He does
He's
not.
on Fraud Watch for me. He's on Fraud Watch. I'm
don't
sorry.
do this.
I'm sorry.
I'm
no,
sorry,
yes.
man.
He's on
He
Fraud
just
Watch.
doesn't
I
have
don't
it for
see
me,
it.
especially not in a movie like this. In a movie like Challengers, okay, fine. He was cool. He wasn't the coolest. He was the
the grimy, nasty dude.
Yeah, he was the third best guy in the trio. Third
No, he
person
was
in the
second
trio.
behind Zendaya with a bullet.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
I don't agree.
I mean, he just doesn't have it for me. But like that was like notwithstanding, I think his character just didn't have enough to do. Like obviously he's on screen a lot and there's a lot going on around him, but like he just doesn't really get to do much or like have much of a say in what's happening to him. It feels like he's just doing things that the movie needs him to do because that's what needs to happen for the movie.
That's
And-
exactly it.
Yeah, like in the motel scene where they're like getting raided by whatever organization that Colin Firth runs, and he's just like,
Alien Ice. I don't know.
yeah, he's just shoving Baby Bono out the window and like giving her the device or whatever. It's like none of this feels like a thing that like a real guy would do. Like this just doesn't seem like it makes any fucking sense. But there's a lot about the movie that I liked. I liked Emily Blunt's
Bono's
character and
daughter?
performance. Yeah, it is. Baby Bono.
Eve Houston is Bono's daughter.
Wait, what?
Wow. Okay. Anyway,
Jane or whatever her name is.
Eve Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bono's daughter. Baby Bono. But
Oh,
yeah, her character, like they could have done something really cool with and then just kind of didn't. Like I thought it was gonna be like a lot about her with like the whole monastery thing and the whatever you call the place where nuns live. But and then her being like mind controlled, I thought that would mean more than it did. You get to the end of the movie and she's just kind of there. Like you get to the end of the movie and Josh O'Connor, she's kind of there, and it's all about Emily Blunt, but then she's also sidelined for this other like news reporter who we've never seen before, who's talking everyone through the existence of aliens. And like it just all the whole movie felt like that, where it felt like nothing really came together like it was supposed to. The big reveal of like what Coleman Domingo's been up to the whole time didn't make a ton of sense to me, didn't really work for me. I just the idea of like thinking about like, oh, how would people react like if they found out aliens were real? Would you still believe in God if you found out that aliens were real? Or all that kind of stuff. Like those are interesting questions, but the movie doesn't answer them in interesting ways to me. And it just feels like a lot of running in place until we just decide like, okay, now we're moving on to this other new concept that we're also not going to explore very well. So I mean, I give it like a C plus maybe. Like there's stuff in there that's cool, but for the most part, it just doesn't really come together to me.
I did not like this film. First of all, I think
It's
Emily
so
Blunt,
tough. One of our goats, man. That's
I think Emily Blunt is so fucking good in this movie, and not starting the movie with her is just a big mistake. Like the first 20 minutes were with Josh O'Connor. I'm like, oh god, this guy. I don't know if he has it. I'm not really picking up what he's putting down. Like we're starting him in an action sequence, but I don't really give a shit about what he's got going on. Then we get with Emily Blunt, and I'm like, oh, this is the movie. The movie is Emily Blunt's movie. Now we're having a little bit of fun. The only thing that kept my attention in this movie was the relationship between Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor and what connected them, because they're kind of hiding like what the actual issue is or what's going on with them. And every time they start to get into it, they're conveniently interrupted. The dude that plays Emily Blunt's boyfriend is literally the most annoying character I've ever seen in a movie. Like, Wyatt Russell has got nothing to fucking do. I've seen Wyatt Russell and stuff that I like. He's just being a fucking annoying asshole. And every time Emily Blunt's on the phone trying to get much needed exposition, he's just interrupting her so that I can't hear the fucking exposition I need to hear to know what's going on. That was really frustrating to me.
Somebody said, what if, can you imagine being Wyatt Russell and Steven Spielberg finally casts you in a movie and he casts you in the Wyatt Russell part?
Like, he's got nothing to do.
That sucks.
He's an annoying dude, bro. Emily Blunt's just blowing him off the screen because she's actually got stuff to do. I didn't care about any of the, like, oh my God, like, what would people believe about their religion if aliens are real? I was like, that's a stupid inquiry to me. But at least they're going to answer it. No, they didn't answer it. They didn't answer any of that.
You find that
like,
stupid? I think it's a question worth asking.
I think that's its own movie. I don't think that isn't like, let's just bring the aliens and figure out what happens.
I also do think the nun kind of gave a good answer, but whatever.
I also hated right when she calls the nun to like ask the question. The nun just happens to be like, "Oh yeah, I believe in aliens." I doubt that very many nuns would give that answer. It just felt like Steven Spielberg needed the character, to like finally see the light, and so she just happens to talk to this nun who she trusts and loves that says like, "Yeah, I believe in aliens. Maybe God made the aliens too." Like, okay, we could have probably got to that answer in the first act. We didn't really need to wait, but okay, that's fine.
I will say, having gone to a very religious college, Royden was at the same college, you would not believe how often these people just sit around thinking about all these things. Like, you would not fucking believe.
Brother.
Like, that's what they do. Like,
let me tell you about it. Oh, and if you just so happen to never I, but if you just so happen to maybe partake in the devil's lettuce a time or two, then the conversations get real interesting.
Like, this is just all like we did in college. It was just sit around and
super
think about
religious
like
blunt rotation.
God
Sounds
stuff.
like my name there.
Like,
I was not into the whole like, oh my God, they showed up at our childhood home, but then they can't see us. Didn't move me. The villain didn't move me at all. The villain being able to control people with the alien tech, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I literally just like did not care about any of that. Also, he's like
the best scenes in the movie when they're having the tit for tat with each other, and he like mind jumps into
she's mind fighting him.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool bit.
I literally hated it.
Interesting, but it's like I was like, is she fighting him? Is she just like how is this working? Like, where's this going?
That didn't do anything for me.
Or like,
also, this movie is called Disclosure Day, and it's about telling the world that the aliens exist. And he kind of says that in the first act, but then the movie's not really about that until the third act. Like, it's really just like a Spielberg chase movie, which am fine with. Like, I'm fine with the fact that he keeps being chased from place to place, but then he keeps carrying this woman with him that he knows is literally compromised and being controlled. She has a random fucking knife in the car, and I'm just like, yeah, probably should just like go on this trip alone. Like, you should probably just leave her in this part of the trip and go to the next part of the trip. Coleman Domingo's doing a fine job, but he's got literally nothing to do until he meets up with the other characters. And then he meets up with the other characters, and there's a house that the bad guys can't see. And then they run to the news station, and I'm like, okay, this is our big moment. We're going to finally do Disclosure Day. We start with Emily Blunt, who's doing a fucking phenomenal job just doing magic shit and being magic and being awesome and looking at people with the light reflecting on her face and like reading their minds. That was the coolest part of the movie to me. Every time Emily Blunt walked up to a stranger and knew what the fuck they were doing, I was like, I would watch a whole movie of that. This didn't even have to involve aliens for me. Then we see the footage of like the actual footage they're showing on the news, which I thought was very cool. I thought they did a really good job making that footage. Like, obviously, like, this is footage they had to make for the movie. I think that shit looks so cool. It looks so dope. And then we switch to this other newscaster who's really doing the heavy lifting in the scene. And I thought it was weird because, like, Emily Blunt is the best actress that we have on set. But actually, I actually really appreciated the performance of that other news lady who's apparently like a real newscaster, which is why Spielberg wants to do that. And like her kind of having to react to this video in real time, I just thought that she fucking crushed it. I thought she was the second best actress or second best actor in the movie behind Emily Blunt. And so then I understood why we passed that off from Emily Blunt. But at first I was like, why is Emily Blunt in my Emily Blunt movie not doing this very crucial scene to this film? And then they rolled out the big ass. Yeah, like why is Emily Blunt not doing my Emily Blunt movie? But then we got to the other actress. I was like, okay, she's doing a great job. I actually like what she's doing. And then they rolled out the big ass alien, and I realized I didn't care about the big ass alien. I didn't give a shit about the big ass alien. I didn't really care about the alien part of this story at all. I was much more into the fact that Emily Blunt has a superpower that she doesn't quite understand, and she has some kind of weird relationship to Josh O'Connor's character, which I thought was going to be a romance because we pushed away her douchebag boyfriend, who's a complete douchebag, nothing of a character. And then we pushed away his girlfriend because she was being controlled by the villain. And so I was like, by the time they meet, they're going to be alone. We're going to have romance. But then it was like, oh, no, it's no romance here, which I thought was fine. But I only really cared about what their relationship was like and why Emily Blunt has superpowers. And the rest of this movie was a complete nothing burger to me. I did not enjoy it. I did not have a good time. And I love Spielberg, but I would much rather Spielberg make The Fabelmans than make Disclosure Day. I wasn't into the Disclosure Day part of this at all. I love aliens. I like alien movies. I didn't give a shit about the alien part of this movie other than the fact that the aliens were being tortured. And I was like, damn, that sucks. We're torturing the aliens, but also that felt like the most realistic part of the
Seems
film
a little
because
on the nose.
if Trump literally is torturing aliens like as we speak right now, they're just not aliens from outer space. But I wasn't really into this film. And I totally understood why people didn't relate to it because I didn't really relate to it. But I love Steven Spielberg. And I came away thinking, like, I obviously knew Emily Blunt was amazing. I've seen her in a lot of shit. She's amazing in everything. Emily Blunt is her. I heard someone else say this might be her best performance. And I thought, my first thought when I heard that was like, what? How could you say that? But then I thought about it again and I was like, yeah, this is at least up here with her best performances. If it's not the best one, it's up there. I just think that she's just fucking phenomenal. She's just like 10s across the board on some Florence Pugh shit. And I'm glad that she got this opportunity to do this. That being said, I thought that Florence Pugh could also crush this film. Support Florence Pugh. And we are not seeing enough of Florence Pugh out here. And I just want to remedy that in Hollywood. I need her to be getting more jobs.
Thank you for saying that.
This
Very
movie
important
this movie quite literally does not work without Emily Blunt. If she's not in it, it's like it's probably a disaster.
I don't think it works with her, but it absolutely is the worst movie you've ever seen if Emily Blunt's not in it. Or somebody who could carry in that way, there are very few people who could do what Emily Blunt did in this film, I think.
I think the questions that these older directors are asking about the nature of life and God and stuff is very interesting towards the end of their careers. And I'm glad that Spielberg continues to do that in his movies as well too. I just kind of balk at the ending because I really am like, we live in a cynical society, and the way that media works now is his choice to use like NBC News to broadcast this to everybody is just like, it just wouldn't work like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. The cynic in me, I guess, but like this just wouldn't be the way. The images on the screen are incredible to look at until the big ass alien, which is these are like the aliens from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. They just like use the same character models. That sucked. I was like, when they rolled that big alien out there in the wheelchair, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I was kind of like, I did go, what the fuck? Like, I was like, that's they rolled like Kevin Durant out there. That's it.
Wimby, they rolled Wimby out there. Like,
yeah, they rolled Wimby out there. That's crazy. Like that alien was 18 feet tall. They were just like,
it didn't work.
It was
at all
so
for
weird.
me.
It was, yeah.
And then watching the alien whisper into Josh O'Connor's ear, And then him whispering to Emily Blunt's ear, just for Emily Blunt to get in front of the camera and go, "Listen," and the movie to end. That pissed me off so bad. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you
I-
think Steven Spielberg is saying there, Dex?
that
'Cause
shit
I said what I
annoyed
saw.
the fuck out of me, dude. I feel like Steven Spielberg was like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna just cut it right here and just let them imagine some shit. I'm sure they'll imagine something way cooler than I could have come up with. Like,
It's
but no,
literally like
I'm not letting you off the hook.
it's literally like we should listen to each other, folks. We're all arguing.
That
It's
shit
literally
pissed me
that.
off.
It's literally
Ending
that.
it with her saying, "Listen," I was like, "Yeah, y'all doing too much, Steven, please, bro. Like this script stinks." I when they ended it like that, I was like, "Yeah, that about sums up my."
I
experience
will
with this
say
film.
I went back and I was trying to work my way back through some of his because I'm like, for as much Steven Spielberg as I've seen and grown up with, like his 2010s to 20 like up until I think like West Side Story and The Fablemans is really rough.
Yeah, it is.
Except for I hadn't seen Lincoln. And I went back and I watched Lincoln.
Real
And
cinema.
he is absolutely fucking cooking in Lincoln. Granted, he has the best actor of all time, like as the titular Lincoln, but it's also that script is written by. Give me 1 second. He's written some other scripts. Tony Kushner, who is like an all-time playwright, but he also wrote West Side Story and The Fablemans and like Munich and some of his later work that has been really, really good. And I'm just thinking like he's gone between David Koepp and Tony Kushner. Those Tony Kushner movies are incredible. This David Koepp, yikes, brother. Like I know you had it for Jurassic Park, but this is bad. Like that was kind of bad. I will say that. I do kind of think that this movie, like, if people sit with it for a while, I think it may grow in people's estimations. That's my like call and shot into the dark is that people will like, you know what, Disclosure Day is like really interesting towards the end of. We're gonna get, hopefully not soon, but we're gonna get towards the end of Steven Spielberg's life, and people are inevitably going to go back through his filmography, and I think people are going to look at Disclosure Day with through different lenses, as happens with all of movies from great auteurs, but.
I'm gonna skip the fuck out of that shit and watch the Fablemans again, which is great.
Facts.
I love the Fablemans.
The Fablemans feels like that's how you go out, brother. That's
Yeah.
you made your life story. You told us why you loved the movies. Like that was it.
Go see the movies.
You notice they also have a train sequence, just like the train sequence in the Fablemans. Like you can tell he wanted to do that train sequence for a long time. And then I saw the train sequence and I was like, mid.
I felt nothing.
I felt nothing. And I was
thought-
like, I felt the connection because I knew that he loves trains and that's comes from the Fablemans. And I still was like, meh. I felt nothing. I literally felt nothing.
You know, it's hard for a movie train sequence to make me feel anything after I saw what Tom Cruise and them cooked up.
That's a fucking great point. That might be what it is.
Possible.
After I watched
That's-
Tom
Unstoppable,
Cruise ruined train scenes for me. They went so fucking crazy that nobody else can give me another train scene that's going to make me feel anything.
after I watched
no.
Unstoppable, y'all seen
Yeah,
Unstoppable, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've seen Unstoppable.
Yeah,
But
your
yeah.
little train like Emily Blunt. You got to do more than that. I'm sorry.
You
And
got to
then, like, her
parachute
pan-
through the middle of a train car.
Her panic attack that she had afterwards. I was like, can you not? Like, you're killing my vibe right now.
Can you not? Oh my god!
God damn it.
Very interesting movie. I liked it more than I think a lot of people are gonna like it, but I completely understand why people don't. And
I do think it'll grow in people's estimation though, because like I said, it's one of those movies that I like thinking about bits and pieces of it more than I actually enjoyed watching it. So I feel like people are gonna latch on to like the part of it that they liked. Like you can like kind of piece together your own like really good movie out of this. It's kind of like, you know, if you listen to an album that's pretty mid, but it's like 24 tracks, but it's got like
Yeah, they got
15
10 for
fucking
you.
bangers, and you just put like the 15 in your library and you only listen to those, you're like, hey, that album's pretty fucking good. But that's what people are gonna do with this movie. It's going to be like the fucking it's the Scorpion of Steven Spielberg's filmography.
Scorpion. Jeez. No, but it's like it happens with all these movies, you know. It's like, you know, people are going back now and looking back, like I said, through his 2000s filmography, and it's like, you know, like Munich and Bridge of Spies. Like Bridge of Spies was kind of a hit, but like people are going back to that and being like, hell yeah, like those are actually like really good movies. But they were kind of like throwaways at the time. I mean, Bridge of Spies won a couple Academy Awards or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's like people didn't really like War of the Worlds at the time. It made a shit ton of money, but like people don't really like. But people have gone back and been like, War of the Worlds rocks, and so it happens all the time. And I think this is probably going to be one from his later period.
I will say this movie made me want to watch September 5 again. Like when they got into the newsroom and they're just fucking cooking. Like,
It's a good
Camera
movie.
37, take. Like I'm just like, yeah, let's do this.
As somebody that works in local news, like this is the most like on me take of all time. Like that shit rocks. Movies about journalism rock.
So dope.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and watch some guy run the fucking cameras all fucking day. They put out the behind the scenes of like NFL broadcasts or F1 broadcasts, and it's just switch to that camera, switch to that camera. I'm like, this is cinema. This
Yeah.
is beautiful.
I did like that part where they were kind of like hearing all the people. It kind of reminded me of the show The Newsroom, where there's just like so much chaos back there. I really like that. I always like when they take us kind of behind the scenes in the newsroom. That's a good. That always works for me.
The funniest thing to
It's
me,
NBC exclusive. No, fuck that. It's aliens. God damn it.
you're going wide. I do like the throwaway line in this where it's like, "Is this AI?" No, we ran it through some.
No, we
system.
read it. We checked it. We checked it. I was like, oh, this is yada yada the shit out of that.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
everyone would be watching, be like, oh, this is some AI bullshit, and they would click off that shit immediately
Yes,
before
that's
realizing
what
it
I'm
was real.
saying. That's
Yeah.
why I was like cynical about it. But
Also, the fucking cell phone service providers had just their best day of all time that day.
yeah,
Everyone's internet works. Everybody synced up.
In the train?
In the train, everybody's shit was working perfectly. No worries.
my biggest nitpick of this whole movie is that there aren't that many people working in a local TV news station in Kansas City. Sorry, that's not how that. That's not how that works. They got makeup people. Since when? Since when do local news people have makeup? No. Anyway, what do you want to quickly talk about? I mean, we could do what we're watching if we don't want to like everybody to get off. I don't want everybody to like get off.
I think that we should do Toy Story. Well, you should do Mando for a little bit, and then we should do a little bit of Toy Story, and then I think that should be it.
We'll try not to spoil Toy Story, so you don't have to like get off the podcast. How about that?
Okay,
Thank you.
Even though everybody's seen, oh yeah, we're not going to spoil
Everyone's seen Toy
Dex.
Story. It's made $300
Except for Dex.
million.
Yeah, Dex the
Except
only person who hasn't seen it.
I
Walk
want
up
you to
is on,
stay
damn
on.
it.
I want you to stay on because I got to tell you my story about what happened during the middle of Toy Story. Deep tease. But let's talk about Mandalorian and Grogu, or as
Jordan has seen Mandalorian.
yeah, I have seen Mandalorian and Grogu, or as somebody tweeted, now seated for Grungleman and Binkus, which I thought was the funniest fucking thing I've ever read. Mandalorian and Grogu, death rattle of the Star Wars universe.
It's over.
Oh,
It's
God.
never been more over.
It's over. It's done.
Yeah, Dex, we don't have to spend too long on it. Nothing movie, like eh.
Yeah, completely nothing movie. I will say I had a fine time. I think like when this first came out and I first went and watched it, I was like, the moment that I stopped being like, why does this movie exist? And I just let it exist and let it
Yeah.
happen to me. I was like, this is okay. Like, you know, they have a fucking battle royale with aliens and shit. Pedro Pascal was like beating the shit out of like alien monsters. That's cool. That's fine. The baby's cute. Still cute. It's a good bit. They ran the ball on that front. You
Yep.
know, we're getting 4 yards of carry. We're gonna keep running the ball. Like that's
3.5
all.
yards, 3.5 yards, 3.5 yards. That's a first down, boys. Let's go.
Like, yeah. So the movie, it's fine. I don't remember who tweeted this originally, but yeah, we've been saying this. It's an impossible movie to spoil. Nothing happens that like matters in any real way.
Yeah,
You
ugh.
know? But you know, it's fine. They brought back the Huts or whatever. Mando is running around
Oh,
beating the shit out of people, and Baby Yoda's running around being cute and doing little grumble noises. Like, fine, whatever. I was surprised. I wouldn't say surprised, but like it was interesting that it made like no money really
Ugh,
for a Star
zero.
Wars movie.
$300
gave a
million
fuck.
on like $170 million budget.
So yeah, it's over, guys. Like I don't know what.
I can't believe they made $300 million. I was actually shocked.
It's a Star War.
True, but
They're gonna have to just go away for a little while. Let us miss you. Like,
It's the same
Take-
problem Marvel is having. It's the exact
take
same
5 years off and come back with a banger. Like, just
Star
go
Wars
chill.
isn't special anymore.
It's not. They thought that they were going to launch Disney Plus on the back of just everyone watching every single piece of Star Wars media, no matter what, all the time. And then they started putting out shit from a butt. Everyone was like, you know what? Actually, I'm good. I don't need this.
the
I
fact
thought
that
I
they
was going to
released-
be a Star Wars fan. I thought, like, I went and watched all the sequel trilogies, all the sequel trilogy movies. I got to the last one and I was like, well, that fucking sucked. But the Mandalorian came out on Disney Plus, and I was like, this is really good. I could keep watching this. And they started putting out just more and more and more. And I was like, you know what? Actually, I don't care about Star Wars that much. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I don't care. I'm not watching all this shit. And so I'm not. They put out a movie, and I was like, I love the movies. I'm gonna go and watch this movie. And it was totally fine. I don't need to see another movie like for a good bit. Take
Yeah,
some
it might
years
be
off.
over.
Come back with a banger movie, and we'll be good.
It might be over,
C.
bros.
Yeah, it's like a C plus as a like extended version of a Mandalorian and Grogu's episode. Yeah, that's like it's like really good. But I didn't watch the third season of Mandalorian and Grogu because
Yeah,
the show
same.
ended. They ended the show, and then they were like, "Fuck, we're making a lot of money. Bring it back. Bring the puppet back." Get
Same.
him
I
on-
did not. I don't even think I watched season 2 of that show, and then all of a sudden it's like
Season 2 is really good.
It's a movie, and I'm like, I'm kind of out on all the Star Wars shows except for Andor, which
Oh,
is
by the
fucking
way,
amazing.
I'm on season 2 of Andor. Finally, please clap.
I'm
Real-
not.
Real,
Andor fucking bangs.
real fucking cinema.
That shit, that
That
shit
shit-
is everything that Star Wars isn't in all the stuff you've been watching, Dex.
Yeah.
That shit is amazing, bro. That first season of Andor is some of the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, real cinema right now.
Yeah.
I gotta.
I'm in the
finish
middle of
second
season 2 as well. I need to finish it, but Andor could not recommend more.
It's kind of tough to get to because it is like a lot of dudes in rooms talking. And
Yeah,
it's kind of like
It's kind of like
also-
Game of Thronesy in a weird way.
it's
like
also
a lot
like
of dialogue.
really bleak. Like, but
Yeah.
like, but for a Star Wars, but it is it's the exact opposite of this. It's and in fact, it kind of looks better than this does too. Like this is kind of like looks like
It looks
shit.
better than this movie?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. This movie looks like shit, and but it's mostly okay, except for it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't go anywhere. You don't learn anything. Nothing advances, and we all went home. And it's like
Yep.
they wanted to make another season of Mandalorian and Grogu, but they're like, what if we just like put it in a like we have this one idea. What if we just make it into a movie and see if it sticks? But it's like people stopped giving a shit about Mandalorian and Grogu 3 years ago. Like the timing could not be worse on this. And I just I don't care. I don't like I don't care. And I think that it's mostly good. The job of the Hut stuff with Jeremy Allen White, who's just phoning it in, is
Get those checks, Jeremy.
he says I want to be my own man 10 times. And I had thought
It's so funny.
I had thought that that Solo was like the least important Marvel project ever. Like this makes Solo look like to me, this makes Solo look like what's the Empire Strikes Back almost. Like Solo has a lot more to do with the Star Wars universe than this ever does. This could have been anything. You could have named this anything.
Yikes.
Like Grungleman and Binkus, and you'd be like new Star Wars. Like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what to say more about it. Like, it's like, yeah, a month and a half ago that I watched it, but it just unimportant, kind of too long, even for how long that it was. Should have been one episode of TV, and it just was. They farted it out into the ether on. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah, no wonder. It is way longer than it should be. Oh my God. Yeah, way too long. This needed to be 90 minutes in and out. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't advance anything. And I'm just tired of like going nowhere with the Star Wars universe. Because like these movies are really important to me. Now I'm not a Star Wars fan, and then people are like, hey, did you see the latest Glup Shido? Like I didn't, like I'm not that kind of Star Wars fan, but the movies used to be important.
Yeah, I agree.
And they have taken a big fat shit on this franchise with the last two turds that they have put out in the movie theater.
Our Disney overlords are letting us down, man.
Awful, man. And get Dave Filoni the fuck away from me, Star Wars.
Oh shit!
I'm tired of that fat fuck walking around.
Oh shit!
Get him the fuck out of here. With your stupid ass cowboy hat. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't care about the lore of Star Wars. I want cool shit, new shit on my screen, new stuff. Have an idea instead of going back to remember the Sarlacc pit? You remember?
No,
you remember
fuck the Sarlacc pit.
You remember the little soldiers on the chess game that they were playing in the first Star Wars? That's who they're gonna fight in the pit in the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like grow up, Dave Filoni. I'm tired of this shit.
Make a new fucking movie.
Make a new movie. Make a new movie.
Actually, don't make a new movie. I just don't make a movie for another 7 to 10 years. Like we don't need that. They don't have it, bro. They did.
Dave Filoni's gonna have me killed, but I'm just like, dude, I'm so tired of him.
Don't we have who might be a Best Actor nominee this year? Making a Star Wars movie. Isn't that the next Star Wars movie? Is going to be the
and I will be there. Starfighter
Gosling movie.
I will be there. Because, in my opinion,
I will be there.
He can't miss. But like,
it's a new movie. It's a new movie. It's not based on a TV show,
and it could be good. That's my hope for like Star Wars.
Luke Skywalker hopefully won't be in it, which will be great. We don't need any more Luke Skywalker saga movies.
De-aged Luke Skywalker. Yeah, like I'm good on that. Like, but the whole thing with Andor and the reason that Andor succeeds is really because they got a really talented showrunner to run it, like an Academy Award nominated screenplay for screenplay. What's his name? Going to blank.
He doesn't let Filoni into the room. He
doesn't. That's Tony Gilroy. Tony Gilroy was the showrunner and brain genius behind Andor, and it worked because Dave Filoni didn't get his grubby paws on it. And like, well, you need to put the Jabba the Hutt into, and it's like, stop, man. Ugh. All right. Sorry, I was so mean to Dave Filoni there. He has billions of dollars, but like, whatever. Anyway, we'll never think about this movie again. Yeah, Toy Story 5. The fifth Toy Story movie.
Yeah, you want to talk about a kids movie that fucking rocks.
That actually rocks. Our Disney overlords didn't fail us here.
We don't need new movies if you're going to keep making banger Toy Story movies. I kind of thought the backlash when they announced Toy Story 5 was a little weird to me because I don't think that they've ever made a bad Toy Story movie or anything actually close to a bad Toy Story movie. Even Lightyear, like, it's kind of good. Like, not the best thing ever, but definitely not the worst thing ever. Yeah, I really like Toy Story 4. I reran Toy Story 4 before I went to go see Toy Story 5. Had a great time again. I actually really like Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3 might be the best movie in the franchise. I would have it the second, but a lot of people have it as the first best. Toy Story 1, obviously instant classic. Toy Story 2 is great. Gave us Jessie. They literally have never made a bad Toy Story movie, so I was wondering why everyone was so cynically like, oh, not another Toy Story movie. And then Toy Story 5 fucking bangs. It's great. It did a great job introducing an iPad that is taking the attention away from the kids.
Yeah.
Just a solid premise out the gate. Just cool premise. Just, oh, this makes so much fucking sense. I can't believe they've never done this before. And I had a great time. It's funny. It's heartfelt. It's emotional. Being back with the toys was great. It's kind of strange that Woody just doesn't live with the toys now, which is how they ended Toy Story 4. I was hoping we would retcon that or change that. Kind of weird just having Woody as a free toy and the rest of the toys live in a room with a kid. That being said, I love Bonnie. I would die for Bonnie. These girls were treating Bonnie terribly in this movie, and seeing her navigate the social situations with the iPad was just hilarious stuff and also really potent. I thought they did a great job. It's heartfelt. I was crying at the end of this movie. And make another Toy Story. We're going to get a Bonnie trilogy just like we got an Andy trilogy. And I would die for Bonnie. So I'm in. I love Toy Story 5. I thought it was phenomenal. And I can't wait to watch another Toy Story. I don't understand why people were acting so weird about it, but I'm glad that people saw that they still got it. Pixar still got it. And Toy Story 5 is another banger, and they're going to make a shitload of money. And they deserve it because that movie is great. Go see it with your kids. Go see it with your little cousins or nephews or nieces. I really enjoyed Toy Story 5. I can't wait to watch it again.
I thought it was one of the more poignant, like you mentioned, Toy Story movies, pointed even Toy Story movies that has come out in a long time. Like I think that Toy Story 3 is where they should have ended the franchise, and I've said that as much. It's like that's like the normie movie.
It's like a perfect ending. It's like literally a perfect ending to the
That's a normie movie, bro. And in fact, it's like
if you don't care about money, that's the perfect ending. To
I know. It's
don't care about money.
That's the who directed in Glory. That's the Tarantino. It literally his take. So it's like everyone has adopted that take. But in the moment when they made Toy Story 4, I felt that, and I kind of hold that against Toy Story 4, even though Toy Story 4 is fine enough, and I think it's one of the more funny Toy Story movies. But I just didn't really appreciate it in its time. I got to go back and rewatch it. But I thought that Toy Story 5, what Toy Story 4 was like, it just has a lot more heart than what Toy Story 4 necessarily does. And in fact, I don't have kids. And in fact, we were two childless 30-year-olds, my wife and I, sitting in the movie theater watching this movie, and I nearly cried because it was it's like it's emotionally manipulative in a way that you kind of see coming, but it worked. So good for them. But Dex, this isn't a spoiler. It's not a Woody and Buzz movie. It's
not at all.
It's a Jessie movie, which is very interesting that they chose to go that way. Especially when we had this relationship with Woody and Buzz. Now Woody and Buzz gets
really not a Woody movie. That's there's not
very
a lot
much
of Woody in this movie at all. It's really a Jessie story and a Bonnie story. That's who the story's about.
And I think it works really well, even if you're now if you're bringing kids into this for the first time. I don't think that if you have kids, you haven't watched the other Toy Story movies on Disney Plus by this point. But if this is their first Toy Story movie, they may not know that Jessie isn't the main character, because she is the main character in this movie. It's very interesting. But I thought it was really good. It's also one of the more funny Toy Story movies that they put out. Conan O'Brien plays a potty training toy that gets to make sex jokes, which isn't really a spoiler, but it is really funny in a Toy Story movie. So it's really heartfelt, really good. I think really poignant in the iPad messaging and how that can affect kids and their social life. And look, do I blame parents for necessarily being here, we're on a long car ride, please stop talking.
I need a little bit of a break from being a parent. Here, take the iPad.
I don't think that look, here's three childless men talking about raising their kids, but I don't think that we need screens and stuff that early. That being said, I was also plopped down in front of a TV and raised on the television, so that probably explains a lot. But it comes in all forms, you know what I mean? But there is something inherently
The
nasty.
movie does not grapple with that either, because the movie is like literally like the enemy, quote unquote, here is the like iPad, but for social media purposes, like Bonnie doesn't ever turn on a movie or turn on YouTube.
Right.
You know, it's like literal conversations,
Playing
with
games
other
with
kids
friends,
and playing
yeah.
games with friends. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, this isn't a spoiler, Dex. Like, it's a Toy Story movie. It wraps up sort of in a neat bow that I think could have been dealt with a little bit better. But again, it's a Toy Story movie. Everybody, you know, needs to have smiles at the end of the movie. Although Toy Story 3 is like devastatingly like brutal at the very end of the movie. But yeah, it sets it.
Lotso was really going to let them die.
Yeah.
They literally saved Lotso, and they say, Lotso, pull the lever, and he literally just walks off.
No, but like even more devastating, it's like the end of childhood at the end of that movie. It's just like everybody's grown up now. It's like devastating. Like, and I think they're probably going to do something similar with Toy Story 6, you know. But I'm glad that they're probably going to make another one. It is kind of interesting to hear these voice actors that they still got it. Like, but everybody except for Tim Allen as Buzz sounds like they're 65 years old.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of interesting. They play on that a little bit with the jokes with Woody.
Woody has a bald spot.
Woody has a bald spot and a
really
beer gut.
funny.
Like, it's
which
really
is
funny.
just so funny, man. That just works.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very good. I thought it was probably, I mean, it's one of, it's hard to rate because they're all like 100s to me, except for 4. So
see, I would have 4 above 2, I believe. I want to go back. I've seen 1 like 900 times.
Yeah.
I've probably seen 2 the least amount other than 4, and I've just watched 4, and I was like, wow, I really enjoyed that. I want to go back and watch 2 and see where I rate 2, but I really enjoyed the Key and Peele stuff in Toy Story 4. I didn't remember how fucking funny that stuff was. And one of my criticisms of Toy Story 5 is that
they just they didn't pay him to be in the movie.
Like Key and Peele are not in the movie, so those characters are there, but they don't say anything. And I was like, oh, I was really hoping we could get the Key and Peele back and forth dynamic again, because the stuff that Key is doing, the stuff that Key is doing in the first movie or the fourth movie is just so fucking funny to me. And to have them there and me being ready for them to do something funny or say something funny, and then they're just like silent the whole time, I was upset by that. I didn't know.
Going back and watching the first movie is like actually kind of like weird and scary if you go back and like watch it. Like, they're dealing with like
the stuff is scary,
like a serial killer kid, and it's like not that, and like it's very much more. We've come to a more sterilized place with these movies than we have in like 20, 30 years with these characters. But again, I think it's like I think it's one of the more pointed and poignant criticisms in a Toy Story film that you're going to see. And all these things have to deal with like growing up and not playing with toys and not using your imagination. Also, the mixed media stuff that they do in this movie is really, really fun too. Like, they're taking a kind of a Spider-Verse note on that too, which I think a lot of animated films are.
Yeah,
as well.
Some of the like play sequences, they like jazzy those up. Like, now when they're playing, it's like you're in a different world. And I was like, at first I was like, that's weird. But then I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool the way they were able to do that.
Yeah.
I also really like all the jokes about the toys not being able to use the iPad because they have plastic fingers, which is such a stupid joke. But every time they did it, I laughed very hard every time Buzz is trying to swipe on the iPad and literally can't. Like, something about that just really worked for me. I love that.
All in all, Dex, I think you'll have a really good time with it. It's like an A for me. It's a really, really
I would give it an A as well.
Kids movie.
So I need to get to it ASAP. Unfortunately, the World Cup has consumed my life.
And fuck bullies. I'm not into bullies. Just bullies are not good. Period.
Oh, I wanted to box those kids for.
I didn't like the fact that Bonnie was being bullied in this film. I did not like that. Not one bit.
They did my girl wrong. I hated that. So my Toy Story story before we go into what we watch real quick. So we're in this movie. Obviously, there's not a lot of people in the AMC because people go to the Cinemark, but we're in the AMC, and there's like a family of no less than 6. So it's like 2 kids it's 2 parents and 4 kids under the age of 7. So they're going through it. And through the movie, they're getting up and taking their kids to like go to the bathroom. And, I get it. The kids are talking. They're trying to get them to be quiet. But during all of that, during this movie about the dangers of technology and iPads, they give their kid an iPad to play during the movie in the most irony or the most ironic bit of fate that I've
I
ever
bet you
seen.
that happened all across the country. I bet you that happened in movie
And the
theaters.
brightness on the screen was up and the volume was up for like 5 minutes.
God.
And
The
they're like,
volume
no.
is flagrant. That's disrespectful.
And eventually they're like, no, you can't do that. But like they gave the kid an iPad on full volume in the middle of the iPad is bad movie. What the fuck are we doing, guys?
This is what I was referencing at the very beginning of the podcast 2 hours ago, if anybody remembers. Yeah, theater etiquette, we got to bring it back. If the movies are going to be back, theater etiquette needs to be back. We can't keep living like this. This is insane.
Jesus Christ. I could not believe it. I was like, Caitlin, are they in their fucking iPad out right now? She's like, yes, it's unbelievable.
With the volume is a different level of disrespect.
Crazy.
To the movie theater
Playing like
experience.
Bubble Guppies or whatever on like Candy Crush on their phone.
Just wait
And I'm
till
like,
the movie's at home, dude. Like it's gonna.
You didn't
be
actually
on
have to come
Disney
to the
Plus.
movies to give your kid an iPad.
No. And in
It's
fact,
gonna be on Disney Plus.
man, like just tell your kid you can't have the iPad. What are you like? What are they gonna do?
They're gonna cry
beat you up?
and they're gonna beat this. Yeah, they're gonna make the movie theater experience unpleasant for everyone. But
Well,
in a
then
way
you
that
get to
doesn't
leave.
sound like
You get to
well,
leave.
that's
Sorry.
fair.
I don't. Yeah, movie theater. You get to leave if your kid is gonna like. That's how that works. Like you can
Yeah,
come still
shut
see
the fuck up.
movies. You can still come see movies. But if something happens in said movie, you have to leave. That's how that works.
Get up.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't. It's not a public library. I just could not believe that. That was crazy. Anyway,
Yeah, people are way too comfortable letting their kids just annoy everyone. Like, I get it. Sometimes you're on a plane, like there's nowhere for you to go. Okay, movie theater, get your ass up.
Yeah, like it sounds like we're gonna be like anti-parent on this, and that's just like the furthest I could be from the truth. Like I feel so bad for people when they get on a plane and like their kids crying, and they feel bad and like they're tired and all that stuff. And people are like, I will never in 1,000 years begrudge that person. And the people that do that on planes that are like, hey, can you shut your kid up? Like you go to hell. But like a movie theater, what are we doing?
Get up.
Get up.
Listen, this is
Go
a kids movie.
home.
We're gonna treat this like a fucking kids playhouse. You let my kids do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
they
now
want.
I'm the 30-year-old sitting in the kids movie, but also like I don't know. I'm an AMC A-lister and I will be treated as such. Anyway, we also watched a ton of other movies. What else we watched real quick and then we'll go. I know it's a long podcast, but we're not going to
I found-
podcast for another month. So
I finally saw Hoppers. I thought it was good. I enjoyed Hoppers. Speaking of Pixar, I thought Hoppers was solid. Not as good as Toy Story 5, but I did enjoy it. I also saw The Furious. Did I talk about The Furious yet on this? I don't remember.
no,
talking
and
about Furious yet.
I'm so jealous that you two have gotten to see it.
Man,
And, like,
that shit fucking bangs, bro. Holy shit. I still kind of don't know how those fight scenes exist. Like, I don't know how that was a thing. It's just an incredibly fun time, extremely simple, straightforward plot, and real goddamn cinema across the board. I love the only thing I wish is that I watched it like in, I think it's a Korean movie, because it's like a dubbed version that you have in American theaters, and I just hate dubs. It's one of my least favorite things ever. Other than that, like it was perfect, and I can't wait to watch a sub copy of it. And I'm gonna watch this movie over and over again. It's gonna enter my action movie pantheon pretty immediately when it's released. Go see The Furious if it's still playing near you. If it's not, when it streams,
fucking
go
rules.
see The Furious. That shit fucking rules, man. I can't wait to watch The Furious again.
If you've seen the trailer of The Furious, there's the moment where he's like in a cage. He's got a hammer. He's just like climbing up dudes and like beating them up with a hammer. And that's like in the trailer. That's the coolest shit I've ever seen. but then you watch the movie and that doesn't make like the top 10 of cool moments in this fucking movie. Like,
There's a
they
chase
do
scene
so
in that
many
movie
other way
that
cooler
blew me
things.
away. That chase scene, I was literally standing out of my seat. I was like, I can't believe that this is still happening. I can't believe this scene is still going. They bodied that shit. Everything
They
everybody said
dropped,
about the
like-
Furious is true.
They dropped like the greatest tag team match of all time, like towards the end of this movie, like including with like a surprise run-in. Like, man, you have the villains of this movie for a good while, and then they're like, you know what? Not enough. We need an even cooler villain. And so they just give you another one, and it's so badass. And he's also like a tragic figure. You're like, it's so cool.
I
The
need
Furious fucking bangs, guys. Go see The Furious or go stream The Furious when it comes out. This is going to be a movie that's going to go quadruple platinum on whatever streaming platform has it in America. I am praying for a sub version. I do not want to watch a dub version again, but even the dub version fucking banged. The Furious is great.
Wait, you saw a
Royden, I
dub
think once
version
you
in the
see this
theater?
movie,
Yeah, in the theater it's dubbed, so it's in English.
That's weird.
mine
It's English,
mine
yeah.
had both English and whatever original language that they're speaking subbed. Like, it was mixed, but either way,
Mine
Royden, I
was
think once
mixed
you
too,
see
I
this
guess,
movie,
but mostly English. And there's not a lot of dialogue in this movie. Like the main character doesn't really speak, but still, like other characters are speaking to deliver much needed exposition. And it was in English, and it just took me out of it every time I heard some English being spoken.
I think this podcast will become the official podcast of the Furious once Royden sees this movie.
It
Like,
is
it'll
playing.
join.
Crazy.
It is playing.
It'll
at a
join the
Regal
Northman. It'll join was it Monkey Man? It'll join all those movies that we're like the podcast that carries the torch for. I think the Furious will end up being in that group.
It is
There's
playing
leg-
at a Regal Cinema in Killeen. Is the only place near me that it's playing.
There's literally like you are going to see fight scenes and things that you have not seen in other movies. I'm talking about movies like The Raid and movies like the Bourne Supremacist, the Bourne franchise, all this close-up fighting where like you're right there, so they can't really hide stuff. You are right in these fight scenes, and it really doesn't make sense that this movie exists. Like there are multiple moments where I was like, how the fuck did they do that? The only way they could have done that is if you just literally just punched the shit out of that guy. And that's fucking awesome. And if that's what they did, then I love it. These fight scenes are great. And there's not like a moment of this movie where you're going to be bored because it's literally just nonstop fight action. And it is intense and it is insane. I love The Furious. Love it.
Some other things that I saw. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Watch that on an airplane.
Nice.
Dex and I both watched Masters of the Universe.
I heard good things. I'm going to watch that when it gets to Amazon for sure.
I liked it fine.
Are you meh on it, Royden?
I've gotten more meh on it since I left the theater. It's
Okay,
like
fair.
it's like Mandalorian and Grogu slop kind of.
Oh, no, don't tell me
I was about to
that.
say better than Supergirl.
Well, that's a low bar.
It's like I liked He-Man growing up, and in fact, they rebooted the cartoon. I think when Dex and I were kids, maybe a little bit. Teach, maybe when you were a kid, I can't remember, but like they reboot. But I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I really liked He-Man growing up. But it's like they've been trying to make this into a thing for forever, and it just doesn't work. Really,
I've seen He-Man before, but I've never had like a real relationship to He-Man, which is why I was not interested in the movie whatsoever. But then people started telling me it was good, and I was like, okay, I gotta look out for this movie. But I was not. I had friends that were more into He-Man than me. I wasn't. He-Man was not one of my guys.
Feels like a Phase 1 Marvel movie, but
yeah, it does.
anyway.
It really does.
I
Still
heard
going.
people say that too.
A lot of Netflix shit. If rom-com folks that watch this, Voicemails for Isabel, really elevated Netflix rom-com, actually, which Zoe Deutsch should have been a bigger star, and I will die on that hill forever. And she's great in that movie. And The Sheep Detectives.
I still need to watch The Sheep Detectives. I've heard great things.
It's on Prime right now for free. yeah, the sheep movie will make you cry.
I will
I
be there
can't wait.
shortly.
I'm ready to be a mess.
Also, real quick, TG, watch this. They Will Kill You. It's on HBO now.
Yeah, fun as shit.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
That could have been better. It was also weird.
it's
Way
weird as
weird.
hell.
Way weirder than I thought it was going to be.
Same.
Super duper weird. So yeah, Zazie Beetz still great in everything that she does, but that movie is strange. Also, I watched a bunch of 90s movies because of the rewatchables, but we don't necessarily have to get into that. But if you ever want to watch, this is one movie that I want to put y'all on real quick that is like one of the better movies that I've watched in a long time. It's from a 2010 film called Animal Kingdom, which they made into like a mid TNT show for like 5 seasons.
Oh, I've seen
I
the
have heard of
commercial for the
the
TNT
TNT
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's based on a movie that came out in 2010, an Australian movie, which is some of the darkest crime thriller shit that you will ever watch in your entire life. It is so good. It's like yeah, man. It's incredible. Called Animal Kingdom. Also watched Lincoln for the first time, all that stuff, all these 90s movies. And I watched a movie called The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin.
The Macaulay Culkin movie.
Funniest fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so the ending of that movie, I cried laughing at the ending of that movie. And also Miyazaki's The Wind Rises, which was supposed to be his last film before The Boy and the Heron. But very, very good movie reflecting on the nature of life, as most of his films do. Anyway, that has been a One Take podcast. Hopefully we podcast sooner than another month. I don't even know what necessarily we're going to do. The Minions. What are we doing?
Absolutely
I will
not.
be there for the Minions, but I don't know if we should pot about that. I'm going to be there for Backrooms.
Backrooms is a
I'm finally seeing
big
Backrooms
blind
tomorrow.
spot for us right now.
I'm
Really,
going to see
really
that
good.
tomorrow, and I don't have any history or relationship to the YouTube videos, and I intentionally stayed away from it. And I don't think I've really even seen a trailer for Backrooms. I've really kept myself shrouded in silence about it, so I'm excited to see Backrooms tomorrow. Spider-Man is coming. That's coming in about a month from when we're potting. What else is coming in the next month? What are we? What's coming up?
Well, Jackass is out right now, and I'm kind of mad at myself.
I'm
for
going to
not
see
having-
Jackass.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm going to see Jackass. I don't know if it'll be in a theater or streaming, but I'm definitely going to see Jackass. I've seen all the Jackass movies, and I can't not say goodbye to my bros, so I'm going to definitely see that.
Dex, do you like Jackass?
No, I don't dislike it. I've just never seen it.
You got to watch Jackass, man.
I feel like I
You-
don't, but
Dude, that was like prime for you and I, like our age group, for being like, I shouldn't be watching this movie at like 1 a.m. at a friend's house, but they had a copy of it, and it hits like cocaine, dude.
How many dick jokes can be funny? You didn't even know that this many dick
All of
jokes
them.
can be funny in a 90-minute film, but
all of them.
they can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's like Minions and then Moana over the next couple of weeks.
You know,
I gotta
Moana,
tell you,
we will
there's
not be
no way
seeing
in
Moana.
hell we'll see Moana live
We'll
action.
not be seeing that Moana bullshit. And apparently people are starting to rebel against it. And this is good. Apparently they said it's projected to basically bomb. And this is a good thing because we need these Disney live action slop fest to end. And so I'm glad the American people are going to shun the Moana experience. It's probably because The Rock is like 65 or because he's wearing that awful wig. But whatever it is, I'm glad that it's going to fail. I'm glad that it's going to tank. And we will not be
Also,
watching.
Moana just happened.
Yeah.
Like this just happened. Like we don't
looks-
need this already.
It looks like a Head and Shoulders commercial.
I just don't understand why instead of making a live action remake of a movie, we can't just do what we did with Cruella. That's not a remake of 101 Dalmatians. It's a different story set in the same universe, and it's live action. That is so much more ethical than fucking making The Lion King again, but this time using CGI and Beyonce. You can't trick us. We're not falling for that shit anymore. I know people will take their kids to that slop, but I'm not going to see that slop. I'm just not, and I'm glad that the American people are standing against Moana. This is what we should do as a people and
I
as a
will
nation.
say you can, and they did trick me with Beyonce, and that's okay.
They tricked
I'll
me too,
allow
and
that.
I saw it, and that was
Right.
okay.
The
and Seth
Rock ain't
Rogen.
getting it done in the big 2026. All right, we off that. Like,
I wasn't falling
those
for that.
days are over.
What do you
That
think
message
of-
has been
I
passed.
didn't see
brother.
Mulan. I didn't see Aladdin. I didn't see any of those other ones after they tricked me with Beyonce. I realized, I should just stay away from these live action remakes, and I haven't seen any of them since.
He's gonna be
saw
tweeting crazy
Aladdin, I
when that
liked it.
movie flops.
Yeah, get ready to learn Bloodline, brother. You're going back to WWE. You're done out here. You couldn't do the fucking Oscar campaign. You're about to flop with the fucking Disney live action slop. It's over, brother.
What's
Real-
the better movie, Black Adam or Supergirl?
Supergirl.
Supergirl easily.
Black Adam's a piece of shit, dude. That movie.
I think I'd also pick Supergirl. Man, that's bad. That's
Zero.
Black Adam
hesitation,
sucks,
bro.
man.
Yeah, real quick before we go, our good boy putting out another film, Werewolf. How we feeling?
I will
We
be
are
there.
so fucking back. I cannot wait. My Christmas is going to be spooky and scary as shit. Merry Christmas.
Robert Eggers, just a real weirdo, just over Christmas, just always releasing weird ass films.
I love it.
I was
I
looking
fucking-
today. Robert Eggers has made 2 films that I've seen and liked. I didn't like The Lighthouse, but I just like The Northman
Lighthouse
and
stinks.
Nosferatu so fucking much that I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna see Werewolf. I don't care. Like, I'm
It
there.
looks gross, dude. That
It
movie
looks it looks real gross. Like even gross for Eggers for his own standards. It looks gross. I cannot fucking wait. Also, I think I am the preeminent Nosferatu enjoyer. I really like that movie, bro. I think it's so good, and I still think that Lily Rose Depp is a star, and I think that we need to give her more roles because holy shit, her performance in Nosferatu is special in my opinion.
it is us, Northmen and Nosferatu enjoyers on this podcast. Like we really are holding carrying the water for those movies.
Listen, we will be there, Robert. We will be there. This movie looks fucking disgusting.
Nosferatu
wait.
made $181 million. Good
That
Lord.
shit bangs.
And I
re-
helped.
He really bounced back after the Northman flop.
I saw that twice in theaters, and I think I've watched it 3 more times since it's been out of theaters. I love Nosferatu.
I was
Guys-
buying T-shirts and shit, dog. I love Nosferatu.
Guys, the Northman is on Netflix right now, by the way.
That's it. I don't even
Everybody
like Netflix,
watch
but
it.
I'm glad that Netflix did that. Everybody, please watch The Furious and then watch The Northman. Good double feature. You will have a great time. Don't let any women into the room. Just have your own time. Just have your own time, bros.
On that, love yourself. On that note, Dex, what are we doing?
Hashtag support Florence Pugh. We've been in hibernation for a little bit. We're coming back strong this year, though. Get ready. Dune 3, Doomsday. Fucking, we got Netflix projects in the works. We're buying books to adapt and shit. We're out here. All right. Hashtag support Florence Pugh.
Dune 3 to the streets is gonna rock. I'm preparing myself right now. All right.